Okay. And why is that not showing? There we go. Sweet Lord. Turn that down just a hair. Microphone, okay. Okay, so let me get moved. 'Cause I'm not sitting in this office chair for the next couple hours. Hold on. All right. Oh, there we go. I can hear again. God, I gotta rearrange my shit. Oh, man. All right. Let's see. We want. That's where we want to be. Oh, crap. I forgot to turn that monitor. Hold on, Kat. I see you wrote something. Oh, hold on. Stupid mic. My apologies, everyone. I really need to rethink my setup here in the living room. Gotta get the comfy chair, though, right? What's the point of having all this nice stuff if you can't enjoy the comfy chair? Get this wire hook there so it's out of the way. Ugh. I got shit all over the place. Okay. Well, here we are at the Market Hub. What's going on, Sovereign? All right. So, for those of you that don't know, I did set up a Discord server. So, I was trying to see if I could get it patched in so that it would all work together. So, we could all like live chat while I was building. I don't know that my internet can actually handle all that, but I figured I'd give it a try. So, of course, on Twitter, if you're following me on Twitter, I pinned a tweet. So right at the top of my page, you should see a link to my Discord server. So if that's something that you want to do, you can certainly do that as well. Or you can chat with me in the YouTube chat. And, yeah. That's about it at this point. Let's see. Yes, let's do that, Kat. See if it's working. This is the market hub so far, and actually we're going to be working in this area right here today. We're going to try building this all out. And I wanted to check something, so I'm going to jump into build mode here. I wanted to see if the Xbox version of Thematic and Practical got the same update that the PC version did. If so, then I'm a very, very happy camper. Lava, what's going on? Waiting to get into build mode. It's how you know you have too many build mods running when it takes like 45 seconds to a minute to get into build mode. It's ridiculous. Oh, who was that? Oh, that was Cat. But I'm not hearing it in my headset, so let me get that. It's going through my computer, which is about 8 feet away. No shit. Alright, let's get that down there. They should be able to. No, that's not where I need to be. I want it to be there.
Hopefully. And I've done this with Di and that as well. I helped her set up her Discord so it works through her
Alright,
I've had to mute your screen because hearing myself is distracting.
I know the feeling. I got used to it when I was working at the radio station because you always hear yourself in your own in your headset. But yes, you are going through the stream. At least I'm showing you up on OBS. Whenever you talk, I see it come through the audio output capture. So that should be going out into the live stream. And Lava is confirming. All right.
Yeah. I just can't hear you through Discord.
You can't hear me at all through Discord?
So I'm going to have your stream on.
So why can't you hear me through Discord?
No, if I mute your stream, I can't hear you.
Okay, so maybe that's a setting on my side. Let's see, voice. Output. Let's try that. Alright, can you hear me now? Nope, that changed you.
I'm just going to mute the stream. Do you mind talking?
Check 1 2, check 1 2. Can you hear me now?
No, I can't hear you without the stream being on.
That's really weird. So, Well, you know, it's not so much technical difficulties as it is adding new stuff. It's, you know, just trying to figure out how everything should be set up. It's the first time I've used Discord, so there is that. All right, so Cat can hear both of us, and Lava can hear both of us, but Cat can't hear me on Discord. Which is weird. Because, let's see, it says voice connected. I'm not muted. Yeah, see there I just muted myself in Discord. And I've unmuted myself.
Oh. No, I thought you were coming through then, but no.
No, you can't hear me now? Can you hear me now? Hit me. Oof.
Yes, I can hear you. Woohoo!
Woohoo! Okay, we are good to go then. Apparently, I am on Discord, and obviously, you guys can hear on the live stream. You can hear everyone that's on Discord. So if everyone wants to jump on Discord, that's totally cool. If not, you just want to hang out in the chat, that's fine too. And so yeah, we're gonna work on this entrance area down here. And this is where I started this entire build. I was staring at this building, and I've, like most of you know, if you followed me for any amount of time, this is an area that I've wanted. I've wanted to do a market hub, and I love the Starlight build area. I found a mod that kind of flattened this whole area out, which made it even better. God, that looks so cool. But I wanted to make sure that everything was lined up off of these 3 planks. And the reason being is that this plank splits this building in half. And so if I can build around the diner part here and make it all integrated, then this whole place will be an absolute success. All right, Di, see you in a second. So let's jump in here, and we're going to go to floors. And these should snap right there.
So, you've been up to anything besides work recently?
Work, let's play Mass Effect Andromeda. Trying to fix the freaking mod so that Di will get off my ass.
She makes me laugh. Like, every time she goes into the stream, is like, "Has he fixed it? Do I have settlers left?"
Well, and the thing is that I don't know, because I didn't get a whole lot of settlers when I set up the Red Rocket over there. At first, it was a bit before I started getting settlers over there. So I don't know how good the radio is. I actually upped the radio like listening area for Edenvale. So I could try and reach as many people as possible. So we'll see how well that worked. See, and look how perfect that is. I didn't put these stools here. Those stools were there from the mod maker, but I mean, they fit spot on. And all right, so let's see if we can throw a roof in. Let's see, that maybe I'll go out one more. But yeah, it should hopefully be working now. Like I said in the update for it, it will not be a vassal settlement. In other words, you can't be a raider and make it a settlement that will feed your other raider settlements. It won't work like that. And it also let's see if I can get this to work. Come on, thank you. And it also won't work as a raider settlement. But that's a small price to pay.
Well, I don't think Di's worried about that. She's
No.
more worried about getting settlers there.
I know.
But yeah, I'm sure other people would be a little bit like, "Oh, I wanted it as a raider settlement." But it's the limitations of the more than that, isn't it?
There is no information for building a settlement in Nuka World. There is nothing out there. Trust me, I've looked.
Well, wasn't there a lot of people that were saying that it just it couldn't be done effectively.
Well, there were some people saying that you couldn't build a settlement that had any happiness or anything like that, and I figured out how to do that, because even though you couldn't get settlers there, the settlement, the happiness was at 50, which is the starting point, and it's all about scripting, really, and sometimes the scripting just sucks. But I was able to get it to work, and but for some weird reason, I just could not get settlers to go there. I had one show up during a test, but I honestly don't know, because it was more like he was walking by than anything else. And oh, look at that snap there. Let me snap it there, you son of a bitch. I honestly don't know if where he was going, because he never stopped walking. I just turned around and he wasn't standing there. He was walking toward me, and so I was like, "Oh, cool, settler, let's rock and roll." And but like I said, I don't know that he was actually there for me. So
yeah.
Maybe the thick ones are... Maybe that's too much. Maybe I just need to go with... Because I don't need to cover the whole thing. I just want it... Oh, where'd that snap? So, anyway,
Number of times I've said that while building.
Where'd that snap?
Yeah, like, where did that go?
I think it's actually snapping underneath. Yeah, see, look. It's actually underneath me. It's snapping into the other floor. Okay, so that, those aren't going to work. How about little corner pieces? No? No? You bastard. Oh, damn it. Wow.
I remember your old build here. That was pretty epic as well.
Yeah, it was. I missed that character. There we go. See, look, that one snapped in perfect. Oh, wait, go back. Really? Really? You son of a bitch. Oh. Oh. Look at that. Like it was designed to be like that or something. Now if I could just get this side to do it, that'd be awesome. So. Yeah, the other build was much bigger. I mean, this is pretty big, but just the height that I had. And it was so much concrete. Well, one of my most popular videos, which is actually when we first got, like, the concrete build set. And we were all figuring out how to work with it. And so I made a video here at Starlight around the puddle. I was building just a round-ish wall around the puddle, and that is one of the most popular videos that I've done as far as like views and comments. I still get comments on that video today. What mod is that? You know, and I'm like, not a mod.
It's like one of my one of my most popular videos is me making a sandwich.
Nice.
And it just cracks me up. It's one of my most popular videos.
Sorry, I looked over here at chat and I see everyone's having this conversation. I'm like, oh, what's going on over here? You know what's have it? I got beautiful weather. I mowed this morning. I spent about 3 hours working outside, mowing and pulling weeds and all that good stuff. And So yeah, absolutely stunning weather here today, Lava.
Yeah, I've had some pretty nice weather lately. Makes
Which
me
is
think the
saying
end
something.
times is coming.
Which is
It
saying
makes me
something.
yeah, for the UK, particularly down where I am, because we get all the all the weather drift coming up off the ocean and that here.
Right?
So we get a lot of rain and, a lot of really crappy weather.
Well, I mean, that's what you guys are known for. You know, the Queen and weather.
Yeah. But yeah, Plymouth is really bad for the weather quite often. It's like I said, we get all the weather off the channel.
Gotcha.
But yeah, it's been really bright the past couple of days. Start of the week it was a bit cloudy, but yeah, the last few days it's been really bright here.
We had weather in the mid 80s earlier this week, and then a cold front came through. God, what was that? Thursday night? Friday? No, I guess it was Friday night it came through. And so yesterday was really cloudy, and it was actually cool. I mean, it was only like 64 degrees outside. But today it's, well, here, let me tell you exactly. It is currently 72 degrees outside. Yep, 72. So, 72 and sunny. Reminds me of my California days. God, I miss San Diego. Just for the weather. Certainly don't miss the pricing. Okay, I got some in there. Not all. I wonder if that light might be the problem. Well, that's something. Don't know where that went. Alright, let's come back out here.
So it snaps underneath there, but
Right.
not where you actually want it.
Yeah, it actually snapped snapped that piece to that piece there. So and I don't know why it wouldn't snap there where it would snap everywhere else. Because I haven't got all this done.
Wait, there's nothing obvious there. Like, there's, in some places,
But notice
particularly in like hangmans.
I can get rid of that piece. I can't get rid of that piece. I can get rid of that piece. How weird is that? See, I can't get rid of this corner.
Yeah, there's, like hangmans and that when you try to snap things in, you have like little overhangs and, the roofs have little bits and that on them which cause collision problems. So things don't snap where you want them to. But I can't see anything there which would cause that.
Well, here's what we're going to do.
You gonna try a place anywhere or
well,
something?
Of course. Don't fall down.
Hey, Louis. Welcome to the stream, Han.
Hey, Louis.
Not 100% sure if that's how you pronounce it, but it's how it's spelled.
Louis or Lewis.
Jafik's saying try the scaffolding.
Oh, yes. The scaffolding floor. Well, this is the only... Well, I guess I got that piece, too. All right. I'll try the scaffolding
floor. Yes, it's Louis, but he's just spelled it again, so...
Scaffolding floor is no more bueno than than the other one. There, Japik. So. All right, let's move to the left.
Oh, there was something that I was gonna ask you at some point, if it's all right, Vic.
Sure.
I seem to be having problems with Place Anywhere in that I can't get the menu up to be able to nudge it like that.
It's all in your setup. Let's go.
Yeah,
back.
I'm not 100% sure how to get that menu up. I used to be able to get it up. All right, Lewis is the name, according to Larry. Yeah, I was going to ask you.
Got it. JPIC. We're learning everyone's names. It's Louis. All right, you know what? We're going to call that good. Okay, so Scrap Anywhere real quick. Let's just grab this piece here. So you can't even get to this options menu?
Not on, not on Place Anywhere. It seems to be
in
really
your
weird.
inventory. Let me get out of here. There should be... That's where you can configure Place Anywhere. So it's in your aid in inventory. And then you can go activation method. And then with the Place Anywhere, it opens the options. You know, grab and release is off. Workshop button action is off. So I just have it so that... Do you see the button down at the bottom where it says Place Anywhere?
Sorry, what do you mean? The Place Anywhere button, open options menu that you've got up there now.
Right, but when you're in your build menu, do you see that when you have something selected, do you have the Place Anywhere button?
it gives me that.
Okay.
But it won't let me place in red. I still can't place in red.
Gotcha.
And I can't nudge things into red, whereas I used to be able to.
So grid snapping off. Global collision check is on. General snapping on. Option menu button on. And then that's probably what you need right there. The precise positioning method is menu.
Right.
And then...
Okay.
Yep. That's probably what you need right there.
Okay, Louis. Bye, Han. Hope you have a good evening, afternoon.
Bye, Louis. Oh, there you go.
All right. Well, I'll take a look at that next time I load up my Fallout.
There you go. And just so you guys know, I'm not standing here doing nothing. I'm waiting to get back into my build menu. So.
Yeah, when you have quite a few mods loaded, it does tend to take a while, doesn't
142.
it? Bloody hell.
No, not all of them are build mods. Most of them are. But yeah. And 2 of them are mine. Well, actually 3 of them are mine. But only 2 of them have been released into the wild. Come on. Yeah, I think I'm going to build some mods just to consolidate the mods that I have.
Yeah, it might be a good idea.
Ridiculous. I'm still in scaffolding.
Yeah, it might be a good idea. You cut down on your wait time a little bit, maybe.
Maybe. Oh, I don't want that floor. I love how it snaps everywhere except where I want it to snap.
Of course. Got to make it really difficult for you.
Of course. So glad that everyone came out and we're all hanging out today.
I'm just wondering if anyone else is going to join in Discord.
I know, right? Well,
Yeah.
it looks like Sarah's listening on Discord. Oh, I see that she's online. I don't see her in the channel, in the voice channel, but
Yeah.
I know that she's baking banana bread, so she's probably not able to talk.
I was baking cookies yesterday.
Yes, I noticed chocolate chip.
Yeah.
I could feel my diabetes going, my blood pressure going up, and my blood sugar going up. Just thinking about chocolate chip cookies.
Yeah, it's really not hard to make diabetic-friendly chocolate chip cookies. I actually have the recipe for that.
Nice.
So a friend of mine's diabetic as well, and he was like, bake me cookies." I'm like, "Yeah, okay."
I found some sugar-free oatmeal raisin cookies the other day at the store. I was so excited.
Well, that's what I'm going to be baking tomorrow. Is oatmeal and raisin cookies and some ginger nut cookies.
There. Like it was meant to go there or something. Jiminy Christmas. I don't know if they ever fixed that or not, now that you mention it. I haven't tried in forever to make a robot be a vendor. All right. That's a great question, though.
I find it a little bit annoying that having robots in your settlement affects your happiness.
Oh, yeah. That's kind of a real drag.
Yeah.
Actually, okay, now that I got all those in place. You know, I had these at one point. Because I had figured out that I could do this, and I should have left them there, but I didn't.
Yeah, like in preparation.
Yeah, should have done it. There. All right.
Who are you talking to? Yeah, Sovereign, I'm Sushi Cat.
That's okay. Sorry. Yes, this is Sushi Cat, and she's on with me on my Discord server. So if you got yourself a microphone, you can tune in there and chat with us live. And I don't know that the stream is lagging, Vic.
Well, there's usually a between 15 and 30-second lag between what you're doing and when people see it in the stream.
Right.
That's normal.
Oh, they do have a double thick one here. You can go there. So now this will actually look... Yeah, I'm not worried about that small gap. I just wanted all this to look right. And it does. Well, apparently the settlement isn't programmed for robot happiness either.
Yeah, and robots have a happiness of 50.
Right.
So if you have like only robots in your settlement, then you can only get a cap of 50 on your settlement happiness. Supposedly, I have seen it higher than that, but I don't know how they done that.
Okay. So now,
Okay, Victor.
well, damn, Vic, I'm sorry.
Yeah, a lot of the like the dogs and the cats and the gorillas as well, I believe, increase settlement happiness. I just don't tend to catch many critters.
See, these are cool, but they're a pain in the ass. I think I want the wider ladder. Or these narrow ones. Yeah. No, down there. There. Bam. All right. See, so now you'll have to enter in. You would actually have to come in. Now, why didn't that door open? There it is. All right. So this will all be closed off. And you won't be able to get into the hub unless you go in through the building and then upstairs. I don't even know if that's actually... I don't know if any of this is nav meshed or not, so...
I'm just wondering whether or not they'll actually have to do that, or if they'll just try to walk through the wall.
Oh, they'll show up.
Oh yeah, yeah, they'll definitely show up. It's just whether or not they end up glitching through the wall, or whether or not they actually have the way you want them to.
Right. Okay. So, stoked about that. Let's throw up some walls. Might as well start down here. Too many snap points, sweet lord.
I remember when you said that there wasn't enough snap points and things never snapped where you actually wanted them
Oh,
to.
yeah. Ah, the good old days. See, that one's going to be a bastard, so... I'm not even going to mess with it. We'll just park it there. Yeah, damn robots. How bad is that? Whoa, yeah, that's pretty bad. But I like how it's right at the end of the counter. Maybe I'll leave it. No. How many of you have this button in your Starlight? Anyone? Does anyone else have that button?
That's for the shutters, isn't it?
It is for the shutters.
Yeah, I didn't actually load that mod.
So now I have fully functioning shutters. And they're fast, too. Alright, crap, now I gotta get back in the build menu.
It's going to be another 5 minutes worth of waiting.
Have I ever gone radstag hunting? I have. And I even went on a Yogwai trip, or a yogi trip. I like yogi better. It's actually funny that way.
You really should rebuild the Blue Yogi.
Oh, I know. I was thinking about doing like a club here at the hub, but I don't know that the hub can support that. Do I have any vertical fillers? Do I have any? No. But I just saw that one, or no?
I can't wait until I've finished my current playthrough. I can actually start on my Fallout 3 playthrough then.
I don't know if I could play Fallout 3 again.
Why is that?
I have played Fallout 3 probably 8 or 9 times. I'm just exhausted of Fallout 3.
Fair enough. I get like that with Fallout 4 sometimes. I just, I'm like,
I haven't played Fallout 4 in quite a while. Like, played Fallout 4.
Yeah. Yeah.
Let me just go in just a touch.
So, yeah, it's CL HUD. I don't know, Cthulhu there is asking which settlements you've built up in this playthrough.
Well, in this particular tune, this is the only one. And let me explain. I went to do this build with another character, and I had installed a mod to fix some build. Oh, maybe it was to make the build area bigger for like Jamaica Plain and stuff like that. And in doing so, it ruined Starlight. Like, it literally, like, originally the shed with the workbench was right there, and your build area, like, you couldn't even walk out the door of the shed without the build area being outside the build area. And it totally screwed up all of the borders for Starlight. So I created this character specifically to build here. Matter of fact, oh, there I am getting out again. You see, I have Sanctuary, which I've done nothing at, and then build here. So, that's it.
Did you answer my question?
Uh,
Yeah. Vic did answer your question, Victor. Yeah, he said that he had gone red stag hunting and yogi hunting.
Yes.
Saying that his Wi-Fi's being a pain in the ass.
Sorry, Vic. That sucks. Do you like Vic or Victor? I go by both, so.
I'd call you Vic and I call him Victor because that way it kind of differentiates between the two of you.
Right. For those of you that don't know, my name is Victor. If you didn't gather that. And here is the wait again. It's all right. I've gotten used to it. Those of you that actually watch most of my videos, I edit out the wait time for getting into the build menu. Just because, you know, if I jump in and out 2 or 3 times in a video, that's a couple minutes of you know, render time and stuff like that. So I don't know. Do I want to build all the way out here and cover this whole thing up? You know, move that out here. And I suppose I could get rid of that, huh? I'm glad that they fixed these walls.
Welcome to the stream, Han.
Yeah, I was pissed that it essentially killed Starlight because this is one of my favorite places to build, and because you can do some massive stuff here. And so what I ended up doing is I ended up scrapping the getting rid of the mod, but the problem is that without having to go back like 20 saves, I don't even know that I had a save that would have been reasonable to go back before I had installed the mod. So I just started a whole new character specifically so that I could build here. There's Sarah. How's my banana bread coming? Teasing me with banana bread. You know, Sarah, she was watching my my Let's Play of Mass Effect Andromeda, and she enjoyed it so much she went out and bought the game. I swear I should make money. They should be paying me.
Oh, I can't afford to buy it at the moment.
Yeah, it's understandable.
Yeah. Don't have the windfall that I did when I bought Fallout 4, so gonna have to wait until it comes down in price a lot.
Well, I imagine that won't be too much longer.
At least the reception for it has been a lot better than it was for No Man's Sky.
Well, yeah. Really? You bastard. Alright, we'll go with... There.
I think we're going to be doing the trilogy, Mass Effect trilogy, before we do Andromeda.
Nice. Well, that works too. I thought about doing that like 3 or 4 months ago. knowing that Andromeda was coming out, doing a Let's Play of the trilogy, and taking Shepard all the way through. Even though your Shepard doesn't go through to Andromeda, you know, it doesn't matter what decisions you made as Shepard.
Yeah.
The fact of the matter is that it's still. I probably should have done it.
Oh no, I definitely would have watched it. So I'm trying not to watch too much of Andromeda. I've seen enough to make me a bit wary of some of the shit that they've got in it, but
Well, you definitely don't want to
yeah.
watch my playthroughs because I'm pretty much, even though I said I wasn't going to be a completionist with my Let's Play, just because I'm not doing enough live streaming of it, you know, and I don't want to be rendering a 4-hour video, you know, every night.
Yeah.
Sweet Lord. You know, so it's taking like a little bit longer. I know that there are some YouTubers that they've already finished a completionist playthrough, but all they did was live streams every night. And I am out of wood. Son of a... That's okay. I'm a cheating bastard.
Yeah, I don't know, there's a couple of things in it which sort of a bit red flaggy for me, for, you know, particularly the politics behind the game. You can tell in the game itself.
Oh, yeah.
You know, and, you know, that kind of puts me a little bit on edge, because I don't agree with the politics of the people behind the game.
Sure. I get that.
You know, so, and I've had a couple of people that turn around and be like, "Oh well, no, it's perfectly fine. You know, you can't really tell, but you
No.
can tell.
You can tell.
Yeah, you really
There's
can."
an agenda. Oh, what you do?
Yeah.
That's why I'm building my own, Victor.
Yeah, and when you were first releasing them, I was watching them sort of when you were releasing them, but I was finding it difficult to watch hour-long videos.
Right.
You know, so I missed a few here and there and that, and by the time I was like, yeah, you know what, I'm gonna go back and watch them, I was like 6 videos behind. I was like, oh crap.
And then I would come out with a live stream of it for one of them.
Yeah. I think there's a lot of dead air in Andromeda though, when you're live streaming and that. You know, where you're traveling from place to place. There's not a lot going on when you're doing that.
Oh, yeah. Ooh, can't get rid of that one. We'll put this there.
And Dragon Age armor for Mass Effect.
Oh, I know. There should have been... God, what is his
I love
name?
Dragon Age.
CL
I
HUD?
really...
I'm just going to call him
I
2012.
really... I don't know, I'm calling him Cthulhu.
Oh, nice. Oh, look at that gap there.
But yeah, I really need to get my Xbox 360 up and running so that I can continue my Dragon Age playthrough.
Yeah, I'm really, really hoping. Now, why didn't that line up right? Look at that gap. Huh. It's actually on this end.
Well, that's weird.
Oh, Larry, they have... There's an agenda with the builders of the game. Screw that gap. And it's apparent It feels almost like a little bit of social engineering.
Well,
How they're pushing an agenda.
Yeah. One of the things that they got with it is that I think it was the lead developer is a massive like social justice advocate and stuff like that. But instead of going, right, yeah, that's something that I believe in, but I'm not going to have it color my work, he's brought it into his work. And you can see the whole, the markings of it all over Andromeda.
Welcome back, Sovereign.
But yeah, so, and I don't agree with that mindset, the whole identity politics and all that kind of crap. I don't agree with it. So, yeah.
I guess it's the in-your-face part that bothers me, and it bothers, and in particular, just so that everyone knows what we're talking about here, there's one character that is blatant in-your-face social justice warrior. It's a transgender character. Okay, and that, full disclosure, I have friends that are gay, lesbian, transgender, transsexual, transvestite. My friends cover the gambit as far as that goes. And what was funny is that I have a friend who is transgender. I brought up the transgender character and how they addressed it in the game, and she was appalled at how they did it. Because it's so blatantly in your face. Hey, I'm a transgender, look at me, and that's why I'm important in this game. And yeah, she was pissed that's how they treated it. They think that they're doing a good thing by being inclusive, but they're not. All they're doing is they're forcing the issue where there shouldn't be an issue.
Yeah, it's like it would have been fine if say for instance that character, because I saw you interacting with that character, and the more you interacted with her, the more pissed off I was getting, because I was training to be a transgender counselor, so things like that. I have no problems with transgender people and stuff like that, but the way that they were addressing it and that, and the obvious politics that they had was really pissing me off. It's like I've had friends try to kill themselves because of them being transgender and people not accepting them for that. And the fact that they just have this character which, out of nowhere, just turns around and goes, "Oh yeah, I'm transgender," and rah rah rah, and it's just like, no, screw you.
Yeah, it's really a slap in the face, and it's kind of depressing, really. That's how they treated the character.
And if you had, say for instance, you built up the trust with that character and you'd interacted several times and actually done things to earn their trust, I don't think that would have been half as bad as it was.
Well, again, let's go back to Dragon Age Inquisition. Okay, transgender character in Dragon Age Inquisition.
Handled really well.
Right, handled brilliantly well. And I'm like, how did you guys screw this up this badly? It's the same studio.
Yeah. But it's different lead designers and that.
Yeah.
It's a completely different lead designer, and the one that worked for Inquisition didn't have so much of the I am a SJW fucking advocate in that. So it was like they just sort of went, oh yeah, we've got a trans character. Yeah, this is the trans character. We're gonna basically just treat him like everyone else. And, it's like, yeah, we'll make references to it and, you can talk about it. But other than that, it's just going to be another character.
Well,
Whereas,
as it should be.
Yeah. Whereas in Andromeda, that character, the politics of the lead designer was absolutely obvious when dealing with that character, and it's been with some of the other characters as well. Where you can actually, like, I say taste. It's like it leaves a bad taste in my mouth when they bring politics into it. And there's been a couple of other characters which have been like that, where it's just been like really badly done.
I agree. Sorry, I was just catching up on all the chat over here.
Yeah, that's all right.
Yeah, like, I mean, I don't remember the character's name, but he was part of Bull's mercenary group in Dragon Age, and I thought it was brilliantly done.
Yeah, it was. It was really well done.
There, we got some windows. Ah, look, we can look at the Mirelurks. Well, and it's I get that they're trying to appeal to certain groups, but is that your player base? That's the issue. Does your average gamer care that you've gone through all this trouble of being so inclusive as to... Ooh, that's a cool wall. I don't know. It just drives me crazy. But much like the graphical glitches and all that other stuff, I look past most all of it. Yeah, but also understand that she's center left politically for the UK.
Yeah.
There's
but yeah, well, actually, because you can do like the online tests and stuff like that, they're actually all based on US politics. So I'm center left US politically.
yeah,
But
and I don't necessarily believe all those tests either.
no, and the one that I was using is one of the more accurate ones, but it still has flaws. It's still not like 100% accurate, but it's a lot more accurate than the majority.
Right.
So, but then, as I've said beforehand, before I even done the test, that I'm center left. It's just that when people think left, they think of the really loud, obnoxious assholes, and then they go, oh, well, that's the left. So anyone right of that, they class as right wing, despite the fact that they're not actually right wing. It's like they can actually still be left and disagree with them.
Oh yeah, and
that's That's been my finding with it.
I have been called many things in my lifetime. I'm a racist. I'm a homophobe, and I've been called lots of things in my life, and I'm okay with that, because if you are too narrow-minded to understand the logic in an argument that, some discourse that I'm having, then I can't fix that. I can't fix you.
Yeah. Well, I mean, think about the number of times you and I have got into debates. I'm not going to call them arguments because they were pretty friendly overall. But the number of times we got into debates on Twitter and stuff like that about what we think and what we agree to and what we disagree with each other. And that I don't recall it ever getting to the point where you and I were at each other's throats and, sort of sat there ad homing each other and, actually attacking each other rather than attacking each other's ideas.
Right.
So I have no problems with anyone attacking my ideas. But there's really no point in attacking me.
Well, see, and that again is also where you kind of differ from the, I will just say your liberal counterparts here in the U.S. They can't stand someone attacking their ideas, and that's when they typically get personal.
Yeah, well, I've had it with a couple of people. I had an argument with the same person you did a little while ago.
And we won't mention any names.
No, that's why I didn't mention any names.
All right, Sovereign. Have a good night, or afternoon, or whenever it is for you. Take care.
But yeah, I had an argument with the same person you did, and it devolved into he strawmanned my argument, and then started calling me all sorts of things, and I'm just like, well, you've clearly lost the argument now.
Right.
You might want to give up. It's like I'm just sat there and I'm laughing because I'm like, well, you've already lost.
You know what, JPIC? I totally agree. Now, here's the thing. Aren't most all the games that we're playing nowadays, isn't there some political twist in each and every one of them? Huh? Something to think about. And I totally build myself out here. I screwed myself because I don't have a half roof. See, 1, 2, 3.5. Urgh. Way to go.
I hate when that happens.
I may just have to come this way another half. I'm not worried about down below. Screw it. We'll just grab it.
I don't know. I think the funniest thing that I get called quite often, actually, is that I have internalized misogyny. I think that's funny as hell.
Wow, that's a new one.
It's actually quite an old insult, but it's like they're sat there and they're just like, oh, you have internalized misogyny and you're only doing this so that guys will like you. I'm like, for the most part, I don't like people, so why would I do anything for someone to like me?
In most part, I think people are absolute dicks, so...
But yeah, it's like, it just cracks me up. It's just like, you are such an idiot.
Yeah, well, there's something to be said for
that. But yeah, so I think that one has quite a funny insult.
I agree with you, Larry.
Yeah, and I don't like the far left and I don't like the far right. I think both sides have their problems and both sides basically employ the same tactics.
Oh, sure. Oh, that's the thatch roof. I don't want to go with the thatch roof. Just want... What do I want? Oh. That might be kind of cool. He's up there.
Not as much as you would think. The far right over here is more like UKIP. The Tories are right, and they are further right than we would necessarily like them to be. But UKIP is further right again.
Oh, wait a minute. Let's come over here. Ah, damn. I was hoping. No. So, for those of you that don't know, Thematic and Practical on the PC is very different than Thematic and Practical on Xbox One. It's a shame, really. And I'm hoping that he updates it for Xbox One, because what he did for like factions and stuff like that, he included a whole build set for the Brotherhood of Steel. And he also individualized it for the traveling vendors like Trashcan, Carla, Cricket, and all that. You can set up like workstations and vendor stalls that are specifically theirs. Like Cricket will only go there, when she's, in your settlement, but no other vendor will use that little area that you set up for her. So I hope that he gets that into Xbox One, because that would be very, very cool. All right. I'm going to pause now and get something to drink.
Okay, hon.
I wasn't actually pausing, just stopping, turning my head to drink.
I thought you were actually going to get up and get something to drink. I might actually go and get myself a whiskey.
A whiskey?
Yeah.
All right.
I'll be back in a moment.
All right. How's everyone else doing? Let's see, did I miss anything? I have to say that, let's see, roofs, maybe there's an angle in there. No. I'm looking for like a corner roof section that would work well, but I am not as like when the whole Brexit thing last year was about, I did not get involved in the discussions in that, even though I had a decent understanding. And there were some very, very heated discussions on Twitter. There's nothing like arguing at 140 characters, let me tell you.
I'm back.
Welcome back. But
what were you talking about?
Oh, I was talking about during the whole Brexit thing last year and the arguments on Twitter and stuff like that. And
so much fun.
Oh yeah, I said nothing like arguing at 140 characters. But well, that's there. It is.
Yeah. What makes me laugh is when they're sat there going, "Oh, you're not adding nuance."
Right. But
it's like the argument is more nuanced than that. It's like, I have 140 characters.
Right.
How nuance do you think I'm gonna get?
But I pretty much stayed out of that whole conversation, because you know what? That's not a conversation that, while I can offer my opinion of what is going on, ultimately whether Brexit happened or not, that wasn't for me to lay out my opinion like it was fact, because it wasn't going to affect me.
Yeah. Whereas, there's something that certain people don't get is that it's like, yeah, okay, so people in the US aren't affected by Brexit, but people in the UK are affected by who is the American president. Because it does actually carry over to us as well.
Sure.
Things that go on in the US carry over to us in the UK. Which is why, when when the thing, I can't think of the word, debates and that were going on for the presidential elections and that, I actually followed it pretty closely.
Right. Well, I mean, that's understandable because, I mean, we're Americans. We got our shit and everything,
Mm.
We're the new imperialist bastards, so I get it.
Yeah. We just can't get rid of you guys. I mean,
Nope.
geez, we tried.
Yeah. You tried. We kicked you to the curb.
It's alright, we didn't want you anyway.
Well, you certainly didn't try hard enough, that's for sure.
We could have had you a couple of times in that war. We had intel at one point where we were actually only about 2 miles out from where he was. So we actually walked past the army.
Nice. Leave it to the Brits. Come on.
Yeah, that cracked me up.
Well, most wars come down to the little things anyway, so.
Yeah. Right, now can you get this piece in where you want it?
No, because it's 3 sections wide. So, yeah. I mean, I could go this way. That may just be what I end up doing. I'm stuck again. There we go. Oh.
That's right. When I was, Larry, when I was younger, I actually thought that war was won by the person with the better mustache.
Nice.
Well, because, it's like Hitler's mustache is just this little tiny thing, and Churchill had quite a good mustache, and that. And then when you go back to the Round Tops and that, they had like really big moustaches, and the people that they were fighting just had these little dinky moustaches and that. So I actually thought that it came down to who had the better moustache. I was pretty young.
Yeah, Roosevelt, he had a mustache. Oh yeah, you Brits, you could have had us, and then we had to come save your asses in World War One, save your asses in World War Two.
Hey, in World War II, how the hell do Americans get caught with their pants down around their ankles after being warned first? And how is that a thing?
Well, it's how we roll, really.
Yeah, it's who has the better facial hair. That's who wins. It's who has the better facial hair.
Yeah, if wars were only that easy, huh?
It's just grow out your beard, you'll be fine.
Okay, so I need. I'm thinking maybe those barn pieces. Will those fit? Because I don't think I have those. Ooh, maybe over in Master Plan I do. No. No. Okay, so let's go look in barns. Ah, it's the wrong way. And that's too big. Damn.
Sorry, Cthulhu just struck me as funny. Yeah, that explains why the Vikings were so good at war.
That's about right, too. Ah, damn. What to do? God, we have to have those pieces around here somewhere. They have to be something. They have to. I wonder if this would fit over in the corner.
I'm glad to say that I've got a really crap mustache.
Nice.
Yeah, I can't see it at all. It just hasn't come in.
That's probably a good thing.
Yeats Gaming, welcome to the stream, hun. Vic, do you have moderators on your stream, or is it open to send links?
I don't have any monitors. It should be open.
All right.
And
I'm
Yeats.
gonna go and grab the link for your mod list.
Yeah. And if you can't, let me know, and we'll get it for you,
Right.
Yeats. Hold on.
I was gonna say, if I can't, I'll post it in the Discord chat, and you can post it up.
Yeah, because that would probably be easier for me than trying to get to the other monitor. Yeah, Larry, I have a complete list of every mod that I have installed. I also have that list as in what order I have them installed. So I certainly got it. We just need to get it.
Yeah, and that's not hard for me to do. I'm quite used to jumping around and doing that a lot. Right, there's the mod list. No, alright.
Alright.
So, there you go.
Alright, hold on just a second here. Let's copy that. Come over here. Paste. Send. There we go.
Yeah, you don't have it open for non-mods or yourself to post
Got
links.
Now, Yeats, down at the bottom, that's going to open up a Google Sheet. Down at the bottom, there are 3 different tabs on the sheet, or in that workbook. One is, the first tab that you'll see open is every mod I have done by category. You know, whether it's settlement building or character, you know, appearance or whatever. And then the second tab is my mod order. The third tab are the mods that I've actually created. So, there's that. What's going on, Gaming for XP?
Yeah, that's
very true, Victor.
True, Victor. So is anyone else actually interested in joining the Discord chat?
I guess not. You guys do know, all of you that are sitting in that chat room right now, that that at any time you could come into the live chat with Kat and I. This isn't some exclusive thing for her and I. I actually set up a Discord server so that any of you that wanted to come and live chat with me while I'm building, because oftentimes, I mean, I'm just sitting here building a wooden structure at this point. It's nothing. There's nothing going on. So yeah, if you guys are interested in that, then we can get you a link.
Might be an idea to post the link in.
Yeah, matter of fact, I think I have it right over here.
As I'm sure not everybody follows you on Twitter.
On Twitter, no. As much as I'd like to believe that I'm a Twitter god. No.
Hey, you were the reason why I ended up on Twitter in the first place.
Yeah, I know. Lots of people blame me for that, so.
Yeah, it's all your fault. Yeah, it's all your fault that I end up in lots of arguments.
Yep, that's it. Everyone on Twitter can blame me because Kat's gotten involved in another argument.
To be honest, for the most part, I find them quite funny.
Get there. Or not. And I don't know what we're going to do at that end.
That's alright, hon. It's not it's not mandatory that anyone joins the Discord chat.
No, not at all.
I will say that you can actually join the Discord chat and not actually be in voice chat, but you can still talk and, type and stuff like that. So
yeah, there is an actual like texting chat option over in Discord as well.
Yeah, so say for instance, someone had a question for Vic, and that being a part of the Discord chat might be a benefit in that. Yeah. Do you mind me posting up my Twitter?
No, not at all. This looks like crap. Gotta get rid of that. See, and you guys thought it was just you that had building problems. Ha! 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 I'm like the king of build problems. I should have just left this whole damn thing flat and been done with it. I'd be done by now. But no, I'm trying to go for this nice big open area.
Yeah, I always like to make sure that you're okay with it before.
No, absolutely.
Posting up anything for myself or anything. I do it in Dice Stream all the time, and she's just like, just tell them or just give them the link.
I hope that.
Yeah.
She says that she sent me a message earlier. What did it say? Because she's been all over me about this whole thing.
I know, it's like every time she loads up the stream, she's like, and it's still not working. I still can't get any settlers. And what was it recently? It's like the workbench broke.
Oh yeah, the chemistry bench.
It was no, not just the chemistry bench. Like the chemistry bench, if with that one, you have to scrap it and then put it down again, and it links up with everything, and it works absolutely fine. It was our actual workbench. It kept registering that there was like enemies around, but there wasn't any enemies around. There wasn't anyone around.
Maybe I put the markers out too far. Because there are enemy triggers, just like every other settlement. And
Yeah.
Hey, speak my name and I appear.
Hey, what's going on,
Hey,
Di?
Di.
But
We was talking about you and Vic's Edenvale mod.
and how you just won't leave me alone. You're just hounding me about that thing.
So,
Well, what's the verdict?
the verdict is that it doesn't work.
That's not a very good
I
verdict.
went. Well, it showed. What's interesting is it showed up in the. If you're in the standard menu and you go to look at your workshops, it's listed now,
Right.
which it wasn't before. So I set up a settlement beacon, deleted the old one, put a new one up. No settlers. So I said, well, hell, I'll go find a settler and send him over here. So first I went over to Nuka World, Red Rocket. It didn't appear. And I said, well, maybe because it's in the same Nuka World environment. So I went to Brookwater Construction. Same thing. It does not show up in the send to. I sent you a tweet on it. So
So what you're saying is I got more work to do.
if you want to.
No, because I want to get it right. Because if I was building settlements just for me or player homes, then I wouldn't be putting up attack markers and all that stuff. Certainly not for a player home. I wouldn't be putting in attack markers. But yeah, no, I definitely want to get it to work. It's just a matter of getting it to work.
That would be true. That would be the matter. Yes. And right now it's not working. So
right. Fair enough.
What I find really interesting is that it now at least shows up in the workbench list. And if you just push, in PlayStation it's at 0 or O or whatever you call it is.
Right.
On Xbox, I forgot what it is, but the right button. So, but when I try to go send somebody there, it doesn't show up in the send to list. So there's obviously something missing as to how it gets appropriated from one list to the next list.
Right.
So,
and that is probably going to be an easy fix. I just need to get it fixed.
hey, if you can get it fixed, great. It's I'm having fun with it.
Well, that's good. It's a great little space. I just wish it worked right.
Yeah, you and me both. It's amazing how that worked out. Just there's always hope, though. I mean,
yeah, we'll get it figured out eventually.
Someday. Yeah. So it's all good. So like I said, I'm having a lot of fun with it, and I got other places I could have you. I wouldn't mind having a settlement at, or a player home or whatever. But I know you're trying to make this a functional settlement, so that's why I've been annoying you with my tweets.
And the fact that you're on a different console, you're on PlayStation versus Xbox, that's certainly a great help as well, because it allows me to, because I try it on my Xbox, but I don't have the hours and hours and hours, right now with everything that I've got going on YouTube and stuff like that to test it out. So having other people that I'm in regular conversation with test it is awesome. So I certainly appreciate it.
I'm glad you appreciate it, because it is, like I said, I think it has a lot of potential as a really good mod, especially if we can figure out, because what happened, and the people in the audience might be interested. What happened is when I did not have Nuka World Red Rocket unlocked, I was still in the process of doing that. So I loaded your mod, and I could build there and everything. And I thought it was going to be really cool to have a settlement in Nuka World before I unlocked the Red Rocket.
Right.
So because that would be awesome to be able to do that. And so that was my intent. And unfortunately, it didn't work out that way.
Well,
So,
and now for anyone that's listening maybe they're in the same situation, I have fixed it so that settlement is not tied to Nuka World in any way. That also means that you can't set it up as a vassal settlement. You can't set it up as a raider settlement because it doesn't recognize Nuka World. But in the same regard, you don't have to touch Nuka World at all. You don't have to walk through the front gates, not one iota, and you could use that settlement. So I did fix that problem. So.
oh, okay. So that's so it's going to load load the Nuka World map without actually having to do the gauntlet, is what you're saying.
Well, now.
Or you still have to run the gauntlet to unlock
that
Nuka
right.
World.
You have to run the gauntlet to open up the Nuka World map because there's no way to get to the Nuka World map the first time.
Right.
Without going through the gauntlet. But you don't have to do any of the other missions. You don't have to make any other choices as far as that goes. And you could use that settlement. So.
Right. That's basically what I did after the original running of the gauntlet. As soon as that mod came out, like I said, I was on that, very quickly. I thought that was just going to be a fantastic mod, and I still think it's going to be a fantastic mod. So
we'll get there.
I hope so. I'm glad I can help. I hope the video that it was supposed to be like a 30-minute video for you, and it turned out to be a 3.5-hour stream. So
it's all right. I ended up watching. I was sitting here working on it. I was like, I gotta get something for Di, otherwise she's gonna bug me for a whole nother week. So yep. I gotta get this fixed now. And so while I had the creation kit open, I was listening to your stream, and I had it up on my big TV through my Xbox. I was streaming YouTube, so.
Excellent.
So I had that pulled up while I was actually working on the settlement. Yes. So, and that's when I looked up and noticed that after you reinstalled it, all the turrets were still there. But if you noticed, your defense didn't go back up. Your defense was at 0 until you placed a new turret. So
every one of them, because what happened is somebody said, well, because I was getting a enemies error, so I couldn't open up the workbench.
Right, I heard that.
So, and there's no enemies anywhere around there, and I'm going, well, I went and killed some ants, and they're like halfway down the valley, and I'm killing stuff, I'm going. Somebody said, well, kill your turrets. Well, so I shot all my turrets, and I still couldn't open the workbench, and that's what made me finally realize it ain't going to happen.
Right.
So. So at that point, that's when I, sent you that email and was so disappointed.
Yeah.
But that shit happens, I mean, there's not a lot you can do about it,
It wouldn't be the first time I disappointed a woman in my life, Dice.
Yeah, there you go. I've heard that too.
Yeah, so I'm sure you have.
It's just a bitch, ain't it? So.
How is Arizona today?
It's actually starting to cloud up a little bit, which is really surprising because it's been beautiful here all day, and all of a sudden I was just outside, and I'm going, oh, it's looking a bit crappy out here. So nice. The humidity's up a little bit, but so I think we're going to get a little bit of rain.
Oh, wow!
Which would be very nice because we really, really need it. So if we do, great. If we don't, oh well.
Right.
Such is life. I mean. It's the valley. The thing is, the valley is so people don't really understand it. The valley is like 200 miles across and 270 miles wide. I mean, it's huge.
Wow.
So you can, and Phoenix is right at the bottom of the bowl. And I live in Mesa, which is about 40 miles from downtown. It's the next suburb.
Sure.
It's just one big massive thing at the bottom of the bowl. And so you can be in the valley and it's going to rain. Okay. But you may not see rain in your part of the valley for a year.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, and this is what people don't understand about living in Arizona. So when they say it's rainy in, Phoenix, that's downtown Phoenix is almost 40 miles from where I live, 32-something miles or something like that to downtown. So, yeah, it can rain, and it does. It rains. It's very spotty down here. So you could have literally a flood 2 miles from your house and not even know it happened.
Wow.
So yeah, it's really, really weird how it rains out here. We very rarely, we did 2 years ago. We had a rain that lasted for 7 days here
That's
in the valley, and it just kind of
insane.
moved around in the valley. It just stayed here and just rained all over the frickin' place, and everybody got flooded. So, but yeah, it's I enjoy living here. The summer is a bit miserable, but the rest of the year, man, I'll tell you, God, it's freaking awesome. So,
At least you have a dry heat.
well, I'll tell you what, it is for me. It's like it's knocked 10 years off my age as far as my joints and everything, because I was having, I grew up in the Chicagoland area. And so um, the cold finally got to me to the point where basically I was housebound all, 8 months at least out of the year because of the cold.
Sure. Well,
And
that's why Doc Holliday moved into the Southwest
yes, that is a true story.
because he was looking to prolong his life due to tuberculosis, and he was told that
Yes.
the drier air would be better for him. So
Rather lied to him. So.
there is that. But
Yeah, so, but yeah, no, it really does help. The thing is because everybody's drugged their plants out from, wherever they're at. Uh, they're actually starting to ban people's. They now have all the new subdivisions and stuff um, have to have desert landscape. They won't allow.
because of the water.
No, we actually do real well on the water, but the problem is that it's the pollution in the valley during the summer is terrible, and it's because all these green yards and stuff. I mean, we got if people with allergies like myself, we just die out here because of
All the pollen and
pollution.
stuff like that. Sure, I
Yep,
gotcha.
and I mean, Arizona was known because it has huge, because they had massive irrigation, and so they had huge orange and lemons, citrus groves and stuff.
Uh huh.
And I mean, they grow watermelons out here for Christ's sake,
Wow.
And yeah, they're not huge watermelons, but they're just incredibly red on the inside and just super sweet. And so that's how massive the irrigation is here. So it's kind of a mind boggler when you think of it in that context, that they do that kind of goofy stuff here. So, but yeah, so yeah, I mean, you live in Texas, right?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
You're still in Texas, right?
Yeah.
I should
Still in
say.
Texas. Yep.
Yeah, so you have areas in Texas that are similar to the nonsense that we have out here.
Oh sure. Well,
So,
I mean, mostly West Texas. El Paso, Big Bend area.
yeah.
I'm over in central, almost East Texas, and
Oh,
so
okay.
it's very humid. We're at the tail end of like Tornado Alley and stuff like that, so it's much more humid over here. We get a lot of Gulf moisture, which is
Okay.
very different for me. Growing up I grew up out in San Diego. Where our humidity levels were single digits most of the year.
Right.
So, very big change in that regard.
Yeah, out here in the valley, if a humidity of 10% is considered extremely high.
Right.
I mean,
And that's when you just start melting because
Oh, yeah.
because of your heat.
yeah, we get a heat index out here. I mean, it'll be 115 or so. Worse, like last year, we hit about 117 in the shade.
Man.
And it was, well, you didn't, if you got out there, it just felt like it was ripping the meat right off your body. But I mean, as far as just being heat, you could go out there and have a beer and sit in the shade and you were fine.
Right.
Humidity hit 11%. People were falling over in the streets, literally. It's like,
Yeah. Yeah. See, and the difference is I get the 115 degrees, but I get the humidity.
yeah,
Hey,
exactly.
Vic,
Yes.
are you paying any attention to the chat?
No.
No, I'm building. What do we got going on?
Yeah, JPEG asked who was it that had TB, and I can't remember the guy's name.
Oh, Doc
Doc
Holliday.
Holliday.
Doc Holliday
Yeah.
from Tombstone. That whole thing.
OK Corral and
Yeah.
all that good stuff. Yeah. He wound up dying in a sanitarium in Colorado.
Yep.
So.
But
Yeah, we're also sat there going, is that Vic never answers us on Twitter.
Oh.
No, I
What?
sat there just going, he's like, he's such a grumpy butt. He doesn't join in the group chat.
Well,
It's
he's found.
every time, I think it's every time you've gone to jump in the group chat, there's been what, like 200, 300 messages?
Oh yeah, and I'm
To
like,
get
sweet
through.
Lord, 1,089 messages that I have to read through just before I can see what you guys are talking about right now. You know?
Oh, it's not that bad, is it?
Oh, some days it is.
I know.
Or,
I
or
do.
if I miss it for a day, oh sweet Lord, it's
Yeah.
like I
yeah.
can't catch up. I don't even bother. I'm just scrolling down to the bottom. But yes, Doc Holliday of Tombstone and the OK Corral and Wyatt Earp, you know, that's who had tuberculosis.
It's a fascinating story.
Absolutely. And if you've ever seen the movie Tombstone with Kurt Russell and Val, in my opinion, that's Val Kilmer's best role that he's ever played and
Oh, yeah,
will
yeah,
ever
yeah.
play.
That is. That's excellent. Yeah, that is a really good one.
He
See,
does.
I've always wanted to watch Tombstone, but I've never had the opportunity to.
Oh God, you need to.
Yeah, yeah. There's a couple of really good. The early version with God, it's made in the 40s, I think, with I can't think, not Gregory Peck. Anyway, he's a long past actor. It's too homogenized, you know, so it's not very realistic. But you're right, the one with Val Kilmer in it, I think it's really well done.
Yeah, I mean, Val Kilmer did such an incredible job. I mean, he actually went and studied like historical records of what was going on to people that had tuberculosis during that era, and he incorporated all of that into his character, and it really, really set it apart.
And maybe we should mess with him and switch topics every 30 seconds.
Yeah.
There you go.
Don't mess with
Yeah,
me,
that-
Larry.
I don't know. That still sounds like our group chat. Switching topics every 30 seconds.
Yeah. I was going to say, I do, you know, when I do my stream every day, when I get done, I go into Twitter and I usually have now like 200 tweets to read, you know, and it's like, good God, you know, so it does get to be a bit much after a while, you know. I know what you're saying there.
Well, and because my job doesn't allow me, like my old job allowed me where I could have Twitter open and I could just have it sitting there all day. What's up, dog meat? Didn't even know he was there. Shit. I've been building this whole damn thing and he's been sitting in that doghouse the whole damn time. Anyway, shit, but my new job doesn't allow me to, doesn't give me that luxury of hanging out on Twitter like I used to. And so I have to kind of...
Well, I think you have other things that you need to have your attention directed towards in your new job. So.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Like keeping my new job.
Yeah, keeping it would be a good idea. Yes, yeah. Absolutely. That's, you know, probably a good place to start.
Yeah, I think so.
I could be wrong about that, you know, so, but... Yeah, having a new job, let alone full-time new job.
Yes, 60 hours a week full-time.
I know. That's got to be brutal. You know, just...
It is. But ultimately, it's a means to an end. There are much bigger plans for Draco Invictus in the future, beyond my channel or anything like that.
Oh, good. Good.
No, I have a... It's getting my education down right now. I am looking to become a public speaker, and so now I'm getting certifications from world-renowned public speakers, so that not only can I can use their material in my speeches and my workshops and stuff like that. So it'll validate my existence as a public speaker a lot more. So.
Oh, okay.
But when that gets up and going, then I will
Yeah.
be.
JPEX just said you should probably save.
Thank you, JPEG. I appreciate it. That's a great idea. Um,
What a
We're
novel
also,
concept.
yeah.
yeah, we're also talking about other builders and that, and I've just said about Liz and Denise. Because those are both awesome builders as well.
Oh yeah. But
Well, when it comes to decorating, bar none, Denise hands down is champion.
oh, she's
Just,
crazy.
I know, it's just insane. I look at her stuff and I just go, crap. Why don't I even try?
No, notice I'm giving up.
If you notice, just about everybody else has too. Nobody decorates anymore. You know, for the
Yeah.
exact same what I just said. I mean, her skill set as a decorator is just mind-boggling. I just, you know, for me at least. I
Yeah.
mean, I try and.
Yeah, I mean, I hate decorating, and then, it's like I'll decorate something, and I'll be like, actually, I really quite like that. And then Denise will release a video, and I'm like, my decorating is just shit.
Yep, yep. Know the feeling. Know the feeling. It's just, yeah, it's. You almost feel embarrassed to show your stuff after that. You know, it's like, yeah, you don't really want to see what I've been
Yeah.
working on.
Right,
You know, so,
exactly. You know, well, I mean, I have done one decorating video in all the, videos that I've
yeah.
done because it's not worth it. You know, it's because it's not something that naturally um,
Works for you.
works for
It's
me.
just,
Yeah.
yeah, you know. I used to do a lot of decorating, and I had to stop because I have that goofy thing where I have seizures because of the. I have to watch what kind of game I play because I actually get physically sick from it. So,
Sure. No,
and
absolutely.
I was decorating one day and I had to end the stream. And then went to the bathroom and promptly puked. You know, so it's like, well, this sucks.
Yeah,
You know,
my
so
aunt is epileptic, so I totally understand. You know, when she comes over, I don't even turn on my gaming system. You know.
yeah, yeah, exactly. You know, and it's unfortunate too because it's. I mean, it's not that I don't. It's not that I really mind the decorating, but I can't physically do it. You know, so it's like, well, crap. You know, so. But nevertheless, I still have a good time playing the game, and as most people do, as you
Absolutely.
do. But
See,
you said
I
you never
found
played the
with,
game.
with like do it yourself and stuff like that,
Yeah, I agree
after
too.
a
Gaming
while,
for XP.
if you use it like all the time, a lot of your decoration just ends up looking the same.
Right.
There's not a lot of variation in your decoration and that, which is why I only use it when I've got to the point where I'm like, nope, if I continue decorating, I'm going to throw my console out the window.
It's about right. You know, so yeah, it's and unfortunately you can't. Those are not available on PS4.
Right.
So so once more we get screwed because PS4 is
Yeah, I
it's
think Sony.
verboten or
You guys
something. I don't
really
know
got a
what it
bad
is.
rap from Sony. Oh my
Yeah,
God, did you get a bad rap from Sony?
yeah. They basically just crapped on their user base. You know, is what they did. And I mean, uh, yeah, Sony can say it any way they want, but it still comes down to is we got screwed. And so you can't. To me, you can't paint a picture that would absolve them of that behavior.
Oh no, absolutely not.
You know, so and that's kind of how I look at it. A lot of people. So I will never buy another Sony console. The PS4 that I have is the last one I'll ever buy. And if I happen to win one in a contest or something, hey, that's great. But am I going to go out and buy one? Not a chance. You know, so and I think they shot themselves in the foot with it. So that's
Oh,
just how I feel about it.
I totally agree.
You know, they could have done things differently had they so chosen. But they made a decision. Um, and here's the thing. So they finally do let mods on there, but it is so freaking restrictive um, that we actually cannot physically, the game, they've actually locked it up in such a way that on the PS4 you physically cannot do things.
Right.
So there's been some great workarounds, I have to tell you. As far as like the custom vanilla assets, crazy mod at how it works. The scrap that settlement mod, plate the swappa mod,
Right.
incredible. That they figured out a workaround not to violate Sony's bullshit, so that we can actually do um, a great number of things that otherwise would not be available to PS4 players at all. And to their credit, I think it's really speaks volumes about the modding community.
Oh, absolutely. And I mean, some modders, I don't know how they've done some of the stuff that they've done. I'm like, I don't know.
Oh yeah, I just think it's I think it's just phenomenal what they've managed to accomplish. So, and I'm grateful. I really am. I'll tell you one thing though. I will never play survival mode again. Ain't gonna happen. So yeah. But I have definitely enjoyed the mods. I've been real careful about the mods that I use. I go read all the dev notes and whatnot that I can find, and I'm still confused about load order. I mean, it's.
Yeah, so am I. Load
Yeah.
order just confuses the hell out of me.
I think it does everybody. And I mean, I've talked to other people about this, and Vic, you do mods now, and so you're a mod author out there. Why, they came up with, and Denise has it. I have it somewhere. I don't know where it is. But why can't they have them in categories? Okay, like this, whether it's a tweak mod or a build mod or a real estate mod or whatever, why can't they put it, break up the load table, 1 through 10, and then assign that, or maybe 1 through 20, whatever it may be. Okay, and then when you create a mod, since your mod, because the load order is dependent on what you're affecting in the game. Okay, right? Am I misunderstanding how the mod actually? If you're adding items through a mod that affects the menus, that's one thing. But if you're adding, like what you're doing, is effectively you're not adding anything other than making space available as a settlement.
Correct. Which is why when you asked me earlier where should it be placed, it doesn't really matter for my mod.
It shouldn't. You're absolutely.
Right.
I don't. Right now, I think it's sitting at the bottom of my load order.
That's where it's sitting at mine. So.
But some mods are critical as to where they go, and why not assign a value to it? Based on a category and hierarchy. So if it's just A through Z and 1 through 20 or whatever. So if it has to be high in the load order, it might be an A2 or something like that. And so at least you'd have a clue where to put it in the structure of the mod list. Because they've broken it down into categories. I think it's right now 7 or 8 categories in the mod list.
The problem is, from what I've been able to determine, is that, okay, I have a settlement mod, right? Okay, shouldn't really affect anything. But in that settlement mod, I could also build in a scrapping mod. Essentially, my settlement mod, and to a very, very minor extent, Edenvale does that. Because all of the shrubbery that's in Edenvale was not scrappable.
But I noticed that.
But I made it scrappable because it's actually specific shrubbery for DLC 04, which is Nuka World.
Oh, okay.
So it wasn't on a scrap list from, scrap everything or scrap this settlement. It didn't show up because that shrubbery didn't exist in the vanilla game.
Oh,
So
okay.
I've
Well, see,
essentially built a
answered a big question for me.
And so the big truck in the trailer that smashed into the truck with that little barricade right there, all those vehicles were specific for Nuka World. None of them were vanilla assets. So I had to build scrap menus, essentially, a form list saying, okay, all of these things, mark them as scrappable in the build menu. So now you can run around and you can scrap the roads, you can scrap the trucks, you can scrap the cars, you can scrap the trash, which none of that was available before. But I could turn that into its own mod. I could have a Scrap Nuka World mod where all it does is scrap stuff. But with that thought in mind, that's why load order is important. Because maybe not scrapping or building a settlement, but there may be other things in a mod that need to load before other things. And so would it be nice if they said, okay, all of these mods need to be in slot 2, in your load order? That would be awesome. But the problem is that because mods are built by individuals and there isn't a whole lot of guidance from Bethesda on that regard, it's kind of the wild, wild west.
Ah, okay.
Oh, and Victor, to answer that question, because I have looked at it, trust me. He just asked in the chat, but you still can't scrap the debris from the castle. It's not debris. That's why you can't scrap it. It is
it's actually part of the original cell.
It's part of the 3D model for the wall. That's what the deal is.
Yeah.
And so, like, when Douchebag Productions came out with his, his mod that he has now since gone away, thank God. He was actually swapping out.
What happened to him?
He left. He just quit. Which, no, I'm not crying over that spilt milk. Thank you very much.
No, he was a dickhead.
Oh yeah, he was. But what he was doing is he was physically replacing the vanilla castle wall with a fully retextured 3D designed new castle wall. And that's why if you ever use that mod, you would watch the walls almost disappear and reappear at the same time, because it was literally swapping one 3D texture for another.
Yeah, that's about the only thing I've learned so far from the creation kit is that about the cells and how they. It's the same in any of the settlements. There's certain parts that are virtually unscrappable because that is the cell. I mean, that's the base of the cell. So if you erased it, you'd have no cell.
Exactly.
So, which I believe in Scrap Everything was, I believe it was you, Vic, who found out the hard way.
Oh yes.
So.
Yes, I accidentally scrapped the castle.
Yeah.
I looked around and went, "Oh shit."
I
guess it's time to reload that save.
Yeah, because now this castle ceases to exist in any context. So, and if everything that goes with it, like you said, everybody considers the pile of debris, it's not a pile of debris. That is the cell. So it's bizarre how they did that. That they would actually design it that way. You know what I'm saying?
No, absolutely.
That they would actually.
Because it seems like a lot of extra work.
Yeah, it does. And then on top of that, they go and add little piles of debris on top of their pile of debris. That isn't debris.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I mean, so yeah, it's really weird how that all worked. So I've been planning because I'm going to do some mods myself.
Nice.
So eventually, someday, who knows when, but probably get around to actually learning how to use the creation kit, because there's I'm not kidding. I want a lighting mod that actually has all the freaking lights, not part of the lights, not 3 of the lights, not 4 of the lights, all of them.
Sure.
You know, so when I go to light, if it produces light, it's going to be in that mod. I don't care if it's a lantern or a candle. It's going to produce. You know, there's going to be. It'll be broken out. You know, like electrical or whatever. But all these guys keep making mods. It's like, why are there no boats? They got one boat. There's like 12 different boat designs in the game. Why is there only one in the mod?
I'm trying to think.
I don't want to mention specific mod writers, so I'm kind of trying to avoid that. So.
Yeah, you can do that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
There are those that we just don't speak about, you know, so it's safer that way.
Yeah, I have a mod that has the swan boat, the swan boat without the swan, one of the swan boat sides, a rowboat, and a fishing boat, and that's under the small boats. And then I go over to large boats, and then I have a large sailboat that's like brown, a big old black fishing boat, another black fishing boat, a red fishing boat. This is a red fishing. Yeah, I mean, it's called Port Royal.
Yes, on my PC I have that, but on PS4 it's unavailable because there's
on PS4, is it?
Nope.
Really? But none of these are all assets in the game.
Yes, I know that.
Sweet Lord, he put the USS Constitution in here? Holy crap. I gotta get a high enough. Yeah, he put the sub in there too.
That's what I'm saying. But for some reason, I can't get those boats on the PS4, and I don't understand why.
Yeah.
So you can understand my confusion, right?
Sure. Well, let me tell you, the USS Constitution my game just went to crap.
Yeah.
Aren't you glad that you were just saved?
Yes.
Yeah, I some of the stuff in the integrated USO mod, where they've put like the entire stadium in there or something, and I can't figure out where could you go to put this down. I mean, you know, it's ridiculous. But don't put that in there.
Right. Well, because all USO is doing is literally going down the list of objects in the game and putting them into the menu. I can't believe that Bethesda. I mean, now Andrew CX has done some great work, but he's got a lot more work to do because most of his stuff is not nav meshed. Like he has unique flooring pieces that are in the game somewhere, obviously, because he built the whole thing, but he didn't do anything with each of the objects.
Well, he also had permissions from other people. You know, he didn't actually build everything himself. He had permissions to integrate other people's mods into his mod.
But as far as USO goes, everything in USO is supposed to be all vanilla assets.
Yeah, it is all vanilla assets. But some of the people that he got the mods from, which he integrated into the USO mod, they said, yeah, you can integrate it, but you're not allowed to screw with it, basically. So some of the things weren't nav meshed, and he's not allowed to actually do anything with it. So he's gone, well, I'm going to put them in for now, and then I'm going to rebuild them myself. So, you know, some of the things in the USO...
yeah, but you know what? That's a lie. And I would tell him that to his face. Because if everything in his mod is a vanilla asset, then nothing could be built from somebody else. It all has to be from the base game.
Yeah, no, what I'm saying, I don't think I'm explaining it right. What I'm saying is that other people had basically taken out those things from the base game and made it into their own mods. And then he took their mod and integrated it into the USO.
Right.
Yeah, but it's still part of the base game. He wouldn't have to take it from anybody else, is my point. He wouldn't have to borrow from any other mod. If everything in his mod is from the vanilla game, he wouldn't have to grab anything from anyone, is my point.
Well, I think what he was trying to do was cut down on how much he had to do. So if he could just integrate someone else's mod straight into it, they've already done the legwork for him in taking it out of the vanilla assets.
That I could believe.
Yes.
You know,
Okay.
so he was like
Okay,
trying
now
to
you
cut
got
down his own work, but then he's put them into the USO, found out they're not nav meshed and stuff like that, and he's gone, okay, well, I'm going to nav mesh these, and the author of the mod that he integrated has gone, nah, don't, you can use my mod, but you can't screw with my mod, and he's like, well, that's just crap. So he's gone, well, yeah, okay, so I'm going to leave them in for the moment, but I'm going to go and get them myself and actually nav mesh them.
Yes, but he hasn't done anything.
No, I know he hasn't.
Point, is my point.
But
And
yeah, it's like that's what he said a little while ago on BethNet, because people were complaining about things not being nav meshed, and he was trying to explain why they weren't nav meshed.
I just
And he
can't
was like,
believe
yeah,
that he's actually Bethesda is interviewing him.
I know.
I'm like, really? Really? There are certainly nothing I've created is interview worthy, but Eleonora
Yeah.
is worthy of an interview. Hello, I mean, I can think of 24 premier modders.
Ephrion.
Oh, Ethereon. Now, granted, a lot of Ethereon stuff, a lot of his early stuff was ports. He got permission from the Nexus modder to port it over to console. So, like, the SEX, the Settlement Objects Expanded, was originally just a port over that he did. He did all the port work, and he gave original, credit to the original mod author and all that stuff, got permission, all that stuff. But that's why some of his stuff didn't work right, because it was originally designed for PC, where you could back up further to place that stadium or place that USS Constitution and stuff like that. And but he didn't do that initial work for a couple of those mods, but he never claimed that he was the original mod author either. So
USS Constitution.
right.
who am I? Oh, it's gaming. He's listening on speakers instead of a headset.
Sorry, man.
It's all right.
Yeah.
I'm just going to fix it.
I was going to say, if you want to join in, it might be an idea to mute the stream. That's what we usually do.
Yeah, you can't have the stream going, and because it just.
Well, you can if you're wearing headset, because then it comes through your earphones and that. But
yeah, but it still produces an echo, is what I'm saying. Because you get the audio from Discord and you get the audio from the game, so you hear everything twice.
Yeah, he will.
And Victor, no, I have not seen the USS Leviathan settlement mod.
Because you get the audio from Discord and you get the audio from the game. So
G'day. How's that?
Victor, no, I have not seen the USS.
I believe you know now what I'm speaking of.
Yes.
So yeah, you just.
All right, let's put it down.
I'm sorry, I know Cytochemical. I hear this stuff all the time. So.
Please mute the stream. It's like the brown note.
Yeah, it's. I have the same problem because I have, on my channel this kind of stuff goes on. So it's like, oh God, please stop. And there's, there's not a lot that you can do about it. I mean, it's one of the disadvantages of the way this all works together. But nevertheless, it's still fun. So. But if you're using OBS, and in Discord, my understanding is that, and you're on YouTube, there's supposedly a way to sync it all, but the last time I looked at it, it drives me nuts. That you have to subscribe to.
Looks like Neil's having the same problem as I with Edenvale.
The what? I can't.
Looks like Neil is having the same problem as you are with Edenvale.
And he's on PC.
Yeah. So
Is
it's
he on,
activates well enough, building and scrapping is fine, can't send companions or existing settlers to the settlement. Still working on a beacon.
Yeah, well, he can work until the cows come home. It's not going to help. As I have found out.
Yeah, thanks. Can I get that quoted? I wanna put that into the description.
I know it seems like an insignificant little detail, so what do I know, right? So
Yes, I definitely want that in the description of the mod.
no settlers till the cows come home, right?
That's right. Till the Brahmin come home.
Yes.
All right. Well, I think we wrapped this up as far as building this.
So you're going to give us a little
The little tour.
So the little tour, yeah. So
Well, maybe I should put down some benches or something, huh? Something, I guess.
something, yeah. I would, yeah. You definitely should put something down. God, you still put doors on your buildings? Well, you don't have any settlers, but
Yeah.
so I guess it doesn't.
Well, I
matter.
have 12 settlers in this one, so.
Oh, okay. 'Cause I
There you
stopped.
go.
It cracks me up. Almost everybody winds up doing the same thing. They don't put any doors on. They don't junk decorate, because if you have a settler, it all goes to hell in a handbasket anyway. So
Well,
I just gave up on the doors because they just leave them open. So
Well,
Yeah,
no,
there
because
you go.
I have Rainier's close that door mod.
oh,
So
okay.
my settlers actually close their doors.
Oh, see,
Yeah,
you can do
there
that.
you go, Vic. I've written up the quote for you.
Thanks, appreciate it. See, look, I almost put that bench backwards. Not that one, but that one. I hate the fact that they don't mark this shit what's front and back.
Yeah.
And what we'll do is...
That's why I don't usually use those, because if you don't know what the front is or the back, then
Well, what I do is I look at this bench here
yeah.
and see the way it's sitting. And then when I switch, I know that it's facing the same direction.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you can do that with the beds and that as well.
Most of the beds I can tell which end is the headboard and which end's not. So
Yeah. Oh, thank you, Lava. We will do that. Yeah, Lava's going to give me some help learning the creation kit. So
Oh, nice.
That should be fun. That will be fun. Well, maybe not, but we're going to have some fun anyway. So, but
yeah, I'll get into more into the creation kit when I finish up this Let's Play.
Yeah, I'm still.
See, and look,
sort of
I just told you that,
trying
and
to
now I'm
work.
sitting backwards.
there you go. See.
Yeah, can't even trust it.
No,
Bastards.
well, there's one. If you're looking at the bench, the light blonde edge is the front of the bench or something. I mean, it just. But you have to set the bench down to see it.
Right.
You can't. It's like, well. So I mean, they couldn't leave one board short, so on the edge, so you knew that was the front, or something.
Well, and typically with bar stools, it works exactly like I just described it. But
Yeah.
oh well.
Okay. Keep telling yourself that.
Yeah.
I have not had that kind of luck, but half the time I don't. I just wait for somebody to sit down and watch them clip backwards through the wall or whatever. Oh, okay. Yeah, that one's wrong. Let's go fix it. So.
Yes, Victor, I would. I would totally do solar panels.
Yeah, I can see up to a point. I can see solar panels, but if they had their whole thing is based on fusion power. So would they really have solar panels? That's my question.
JPick, have a great afternoon, buddy.
All right.
And
Hello.
go enjoy spending time with your boy. So
Have a good afternoon, Han.
that is a good point, Di, in the fact that because the Fallout universe never discovered the microprocessor,
Right.
they couldn't have built solar panels.
Yeah, because it's the same technology. So.
Right. All right. There's the extent of my decorating.
Okay, works for me.
I don't think I put a door down. Oh, did I? No. Well, yeah, there's my door. See, and then I have another mod that opens and closes doors for me when I'm in build mode.
Oh, cool. Well, like I said, the PS4 people got hosed.
Oh, yeah. Definitely got
Yeah,
hosed.
that's just the way it's going to be from now to the end of time. So.
All right, so here we are. Because here's my gate. And by the way, I did not put this gate here. This gate came with the mod. But he designed it well. He kind of pointed the driveway there and stuff like that. So that's a very good point, Larry, about the solar farm in Vegas. But then again, we also know that that using New Vegas as the as your basis isn't necessarily the best thing anyway, because you're looking at different developers between the games.
Yeah, but that wasn't. First of all, the one in New Vegas is not. It uses them as reflectors. They're mirrors. They're not. That use a concentrator, aren't they?
Oh, you know what? You're right, because they aim toward the central tower.
Yep. And so that's a solar collector, not a solar panel. Different.
But then you also have the fact that Bethesda apparently doesn't give a crap about their own canon in their games either.
No, they don't.
Yeah, they're just gonna, like they did for Andromeda. They're just gonna rewrite the.
It wasn't. It wasn't Bethesda for Andromeda, though. BioWare.
I know. Yes, my point is that BioWare created the canon by ME1, 2, and 3, and then basically took all of that fruit out the window and created Andromeda. So.
Yeah, but Bethesda didn't create the. Bethesda didn't create the canon for Fallout.
No. I didn't.
No, she's just talking about canon.
Bethesda didn't create. Who created the canon for
Interplay, which became a lot of the developers for Interplay went and joined Obsidian, which then done New Vegas.
Okay. Well,
which is why a lot of the fans of 1 and 2 much prefer New Vegas over 3 and 4.
Oh, okay. So yeah, it makes a bit more sense, I guess.
Oh, you want to talk about something interesting for load order? I had some updates, and I got them out of order, and they were still in the same general area, but they were out of order, and all of a sudden half of my walls were shifted. All of these shack foundation with piers were up here. Everything was out of whack. I walked in and went, oh shit, how do I fix all this? I've already built it all. And so I literally had to go back through, pull up my mod order list, and go, oh crap, these two are reversed. I went in, fixed it, and then all of a sudden everything was working again. But yeah, it's crazy about mod order. And we are all about the metal shingled roof, aren't we?
I'm really going to have to find that list that Denise posted up in Gary's server so I can try and work out where my mods are meant to go, because I haven't got a bloody clue what I'm meant to be doing, where they're all meant to go.
Well, it is a bit of a pain, is what I'm saying. So, I actually have that list. So, someplace. At least I think I do. Don't hold me to that.
Well, there's an aerial view for you.
Oh, well, it is looking quite spectacular. So how much has your frame rate dropped since you've, as you started to build?
Oh, it's horrible right in the middle. I mean, God, the last live stream I did when I was building those shops, oh my God, it was horrendous. I was like single digit at best. It was really, really bad.
The last live stream I caught of yours where you were building, you ended up with, what was it, 12 minutes behind?
Yeah, the stream was 12 minutes behind where I was. So.
Oh, God.
And I have to be careful with this UFO that I'm flying, because if I move too fast, my game will crash.
Always something, isn't it?
It is always something. And I do need to put... I got several comments, and if any of you are watching, I did get your comments. I have liked your comments. I will be putting in more windows. Because the common thread is you're going to have to put more windows on that second story, because otherwise it's going to be too dark. So...
Yeah, or you're going to have to light it really well.
Right. Well, I certainly have enough power for that. I mean, I'm running at, 136 power or something like that? Oh, don't get too close.
Yeah, you could do it all just with the lighting, but... Alright, gaming. Have a good night, hon. Yeah, you could do it all with the lighting, but that's going to be a hell of a lot of lights, and that's going to cause a hell of a lot of lag.
All right, gaming. Take care.
All right, gaming. Have a great night. But yeah, I think I'm about done. Guess my next video, I got to get more settlers in here to fill out the shops and really just crush the FPS.
There you go.
You know,
See?
That's going to be a fun video.
It's only in build menu is it crushing.
Yeah,
that's what I find.
Like if I come down here, I mean, see, look how fast I'm moving through this.
Video.
And my frame rate is not bad. I go into build mode and it's horrible.
It just tanks on you, yeah.
But yeah, I got to get more settlers in here, make this place look a little bit more lived in. And I am going to do some guide wires from the central tower, because I need to get power to it anyway. So I'm going to do some as decoration. One or two of them would be, or one of them would be enough for power, obviously. But I'm going to drape it down, from like here down to there, and do like 5 or 6 of them all the way around this thing.
Gotcha.
But no, I think it turned out great.
Well, you don't exactly do the small builds, do you?
No, never do.
Nope, you're one of those people that make the massive builds. It always kind of surprises me, but I do my little bungalows, and I'm happy as a clam. So.
Well, and I've certainly done my fair share of the one-offs. Here's a cool building or something like that. But inevitably, I always end up coming back to, I'm going to do this at this settlement and do this at this settlement, and then all of a sudden I'm building out the whole settlement.
Right.
So
I think a lot of people wind up that way,
Sure.
So.
Matter of fact, we are not too far
so
from
I
a future settlement right there. Notice it's not. I don't have it installed. See, look, you can actually look through the building. This is the Super Duper Mart. Not many people have ever looked at the top of the Super Duper Mart to see this huge, cave
build area.
Yeah, there it is. See,
Yep.
I knew I had my settlement installed somewhere. So it's there. Just not live. Doesn't have a workbench or anything. I totally forgot how close those two were together. But
Do you think it's going to cause a problem?
I don't think so. Because let's see. Because the cells aren't really that big in this game. There's probably 4 or 5 cells, depending on how they're laid out. There may be 3. But there's probably 4 at least cells between Starlight and the Super Duper Mart.
Oh, okay.
And since it's only typically the game's only, except for far off stuff like like Corvega there, because it's more toward the horizon. You're never going to be up this high when you're actually playing the game. So I'm forcing the game to kind of load those skyscrapers back there. But honestly, once you're down here, you don't even see, Starlight. So the game's not going to load it. It won't be. I don't think it'll be an issue.
Yeah, Larry's asking about what happened to your previous build where you were building that mammoth concrete edifice.
My save files for that character got corrupted, and so I lost. That was like my main character that had most of my builds, and so now I'm much more careful. And it's been a learning process, and it was mods that corrupted it. And so yeah, the Minutemen HQ that I had here is Long in the Wind. Yeah, I really like that one too. It was another huge, massive build that was a huge frame rate killer. And the biggest frame rate killer with that was the windows, those glass windows in the concrete structure. Because it's because it's glass, the game knows it's glass, it has to render beyond the glass. Whereas with a concrete wall, if you're in a concrete structure, the game doesn't render the other cells beyond it if it doesn't have to. That's why typically, if you notice, you go into, like if you go into ArcJet or something like that, your frame rate is perfect all the time because you're inside a building. There's no way to look out because technically ArcJet or any other load area, there is no exterior. Once you go into ArcJet, it doesn't have to worry about you looking out a window to load some other cell. There may be a window there, but it's just an image. That image is never going to change. It'll always be the same time of day because essentially it's just a picture of what it's supposed to represent the outside. So you're never actually loading the outside. But in our settlements, we don't have that luxury. I may go into a building. Let me turn this off. Don't mind me. I'm just floating head above a UFO. I may go into this building here, but the game knows that it has to be prepared.
No use.
To load all of this out here.
Right.
And so it's when you build with a lot of windows, it will kill your frame rate. And my game just locked up. Let's see if it recovers.
See, I really want to see you do this is how you build it of that, what was it, hexagonal, octagonal, the power armor station.
Oh, yeah. Well, see, and I may do that at the castle.
Yeah, so I'd love to see you actually do a let's build of that, and I saw you working on some of the roof in one of your streams, but yeah, I'd love to know how you actually done that one.
It was
Magic.
Headache.
it was crazy, is what it was. Because when you're dealing with the concrete, you know, it's not very forgiving. There aren't a whole lot of pieces. From Greece. Wow.
Gerasimos?
Yeah.
Yeah, welcome to the stream, hun.
Absolutely. When you delete, hold on, let me read through this. 10 mods or more to add new, the game crash. It cannot load the save. I don't know if this happens because I have a low end PC. Well, I just crashed my game, by the way. So this will be the end shot that you're going to see for the game because it's dead. It'll eventually drop me back out to the home screen. But so I'm just going to put down the controller there. And let's talk about that. One of the best things that you can do if you're deleting mods and then adding new mods. First off, you want to try and avoid deleting mods, or if they are planted somewhere, if it's adding something to the game that you're not using it. If it adds something to your inventory, make sure that it's out of your inventory before you delete the mod, because that's where you're going to run into some issues. Secondly, before you add new mods, once you've got everything cleared out, the gun mod that you were using, you're not carrying the gun anymore, clean all that out of your inventory, save your game, delete the mods, go into the game before you install anything else, and create a new save that doesn't have those mods installed. Then install your new mods and then load up that latest save, and that may fix that issue of the game crashing on you. That's just from what I've learned on the console side, and I have really screwed up my game, and I thought I was totally hosed several times. But that's what I've learned from dealing with mods. And not that any of the mods were bad. Again, it's like, hey, I'm not really using this mod anymore. I'm going to get rid of it, make room for something new. But it was because let's say it was an appearance one, like hair color, like a hair dye or something like that, because I always typically play as a female character. If I didn't go in and change my hair color first, then I would have a problem when I reloaded. So I would just go to the hairstylist in Diamond City, change my hair color to one of the vanilla hair colors. Then I would save the game, delete the mod, uninstall it, then delete it, and then motor on down the way, and I wouldn't have any problems after that.
I guess that does make a certain amount of sense.
Yeah, it's it's kind of like what happened with you, actually, Di.
Yes.
With my mod, you deleted my mod, but everything that you built there stayed there.
Yeah. Well, what I did is, yes, I deleted your mod. And then closed out the game, and then created a new save. Okay, and then added your mod back in is what I did. So, but the fact that it didn't delete any of the stuff that I added was very bizarre.
Right, but then when you reinstalled it, like you and I were talking about earlier, the turrets that you had put down
right
before you deleted it were still there, but when you reinstalled it and found the settlement, when you went into build mode, those turrets weren't part of your defense matrix anymore. You had to
Correct.
pick them up, store them, and then put them back in for them to actually work right.
Correct.
So
It's well, yeah. What I'm saying, it's interesting that it was very selective what did work and what did not work.
sure.
You know, so and that's one of the things I'm going like, well, that's bizarre, but okay.
And
I was
notice I
happy
did
I
fix
didn't
the
use
chem station,
myself.
by the way.
Hmm?
I did fix the chem station, by the way.
Oh, okay, yeah, because when you first load up the settlement, the chem station is not linked to the
linked.
station, so
Now,
it was easy enough workaround. It's not, it wasn't the end of the world or anything. Just
sure. And,
thought you'd
and
wanna
see, and
know.
it's all about the learning experience for me, because I linked the chem station to the workbench, but I forgot to link the workbench to the chem station.
Oh.
Yeah. So anything that you had put into the chem station would have gone into the workbench just fine. And you could have used it at any other workbench or anything else or in your build menu. But if you put something into the workbench, it wouldn't transfer over to the chem station. So
Quite
this is
true.
how you build it. This is how you build it. Is that what
So
you
I
guys wanted
doubt
to
if we answered Grease's.
He did say thanks for the answer.
Sure. No, absolutely.
Well, yeah. I'm just saying not sure that we actually answered it. That's all.
Right.
That's all.
It's all speculation, you know.
Yeah, I don't think it's that you have, quote, a low-end PC would have anything to do with it, is what I'm saying.
Yeah, I don't think that the PC has anything to do with it. I think it's the game itself.
Yeah, it's just one of those things about mods and piece, the game in general. It just does weird shit. So,
Now, I've heard rumor, since we're just sitting here kind of chatting right now, I've heard rumor that the next Fallout will be with a different engine. They're going to be using a different, base for the game. And that could spell the end of modding for Fallout. Unless they can find another engine that kind of supports that. Because that's what makes the Fallout modding work. Is because the engine is kind of designed to support mods. But there are a ton of, like the Frostbite engine. I don't think you could mod anything for the Frostbite engine, which is what Mass Effect Andromeda is running on.
okay.
So
A new engine has been a long time coming for Bethesda, though. They're still using the base engine for Morrowind.
right.
So it's been a long time coming.
It's very long in the tooth.
It's
But then by the same token,
5-6 games that they've run on that engine.
yes, but
Yeah.
by the same token, if you can't do mods, that could actually hurt them in a very significant way.
Sure.
So because especially with the PC crowd, because they're used to having modded games.
Right.
So I mean, this is all new for Xbox and PS4 players. So we don't know nothing. Is what it boils down to.
Right.
So, if your PS4 blew up, you'd be blaming Sony. That's was their part of their deal.
Sure.
So that you'd be blaming Sony because it doesn't work. And
Yeah, forget all of the warnings about mods before you even log in to check mods.
right.
Saying, hey, this could break your game.
It may do. Yeah, here's the thing though. On a PS4, it may do more than just break your game. It may break your PS4. So, because if you corrupt your hard drive, which it's been known to do, guess what?
Right.
You can't boot up. So you can't even unless you have a PC that you've backed up your PlayStation 4 operating system so that you can go in and reformat the drive on your PS4. It's launched. That's it. It's done.
Right, but how do you do that?
The thing that annoyed me was
it can be done. There's a way to do it.
Yeah, it was actually one of Sony's updates that completely screwed up my PlayStation 4.
Wow.
Yeah,
Yeah. So,
I run their update, and the console stopped registering games. Like it just said, yeah, this game is not of a format that the console can read.
Oh, I'd be raising holy hell.
Well, I tried to send it back and say, like, it's your update that broke it. You should fix it. And they went, yeah, we don't deal with software breaking your console, so you're nadsed, buy a new console. So
Wow.
I went,
right. Yeah.
you know what? Screw you. I'm going to Microsoft. I'm going to go and get myself an Xbox One. You've just lost me as a customer.
Yeah. And there's a lot of people who feel that way, including myself, because of the way Sony does business. I'll give you an example. When I originally bought my PS3, a brand new PS3, it was dead out of the box. Okay, so I took it back, and I bought it at a big box store. Let's just say that, and they exchanged. They gave me a new one. But after an hour and a half argument with these people, I mean, I took it home, plugged it in, and it did nothing. And they said, "Well, you must have broken it." And I said, I didn't have a chance to break the damn thing. It doesn't work. So they did. They plugged it in and said, "Oh, yeah, you're right. It doesn't work. But we're not responsible for that." And I said, "I didn't say you were. But, I haven't been gone an hour since I bought this thing, and I just want one that works. That's all." So they finally got around and gave me another one. After I got that one, the next three PS3s didn't last more than 30 days.
Wow.
And I had to keep sending them back to Sony. And they kept trying to repair this piece of crap, and then finally, after the third time, they sent me a brand new one. But, it's like there's something internally wrong with these units. Well, it turns out, yeah, they had a bad batch of motherboards. So it wasn't just mine. A whole slew of people got screwed by Sony because they didn't want to take responsibility for their product.
Sure.
So so in my opinion, right there, Sony, it doesn't get my respect at all. So if you're, and like I said, this latest bunch of bullshit that people have been going through, because it's a great unit. If you got one that works, they're great. And I won't knock it as far as that goes. But if you got problems, man, you're a host. That's all there is to it. And that's what Kat is saying, and I've heard other people say have issues with Sony and their nonsense. And I don't know if there's a recourse for anybody out there.
Well, Tony said that he can get me basically to reinstall the operating system and stuff like that on my PlayStation 4, but I don't see the point. I've got 2 games for the PlayStation 4?
Well, if nothing else, is just to use it as a squawk box or as a screaming box, if you want it. It's always,
Well,
I mean, you already paid for the
don't-
hardware. Why would you not want it operational, even if you're not
well,
going to use it?
Or sell it.
Yeah, I was
Right.
going to say if I get the if I can get the operating system to work on it again, then I'll probably just sell it.
Yes, because with the 4.5 update, because I was going to upgrade my my PlayStation is full. It's only got a 500 gigabyte drive in it, and so it's pretty much maxed out. And you can put up to, I believe, like a 4 terabyte drive in there or something.
Wow.
But they actually came up with a update procedure on how to do it. So there's actually a way. What you do is you have to go. You go to the PlayStation on Windows. It has to be Windows 10 for some reason. I don't know why. Use a thumb drive, and you can actually load the operating system with a boot sector, basically, on the thumb drive. You plug this into your USB port on the PS, assuming your USB ports are working.
Right.
And when the unit initializes, it will read the thumb drive first. and then it'll bring up a menu to allow you to install the new operating system from a thumb drive that you downloaded off of the Sony PS4 website.
Wow. That's insane.
Yeah, so apparently they know about the problem, is what I'm saying. So they came up with a workaround, because originally on the PS4, if you launched the hard drive, and this has happened to people, where it would not boot, it's done. You might as well just take it and chuck. The Sony was not honoring the warranty on it, so because they would blame it on you. So
Right.
Yeah, that's what they tried to do to me, and I was like, well, hang on a sec, how the hell can I break the system with one of your updates?
right,
I hit the OK button. That's it.
yeah. You know, did I press too hard on the OK button on my
It's like, yeah, it's
wireless controller? You
Right.
know? I mean, yeah. So yeah, and this is the kind of nonsense that I'm talking about that's going on. And by the way, it's not just Sony. This is going on industry wide. It's you know, they just they want the money and they want your business, but they don't want to honor their responsibilities. At least in my opinion.
Sure.
And it's not just Sony, but
it's every big company out there.
right.
Which is why
think
typically, if I'm going to buy something, I will buy it from like Newegg or Amazon or something like that,
Right.
because they will offer, like, you know, okay, fine, you know, I'll pay $50 for the $24 for the 3-year coverage for this thing. So
Yep.
if the cat knocked it off the shelf and it hits the ground and explodes, then I pay the $50 deductible or whatever it is for the insurance, and I get a new unit. You know?
Right. Yeah, I've been
It wasn't
doing the
me.
same thing.
I didn't knock it off the shelf. It's not me.
Right. But I've been doing the same thing, because you're right. I mean, it's just getting ridiculous with these guys. They will not honor what you've already paid for. You know,
Sure.
so the only way you can get your butt covered is to have to buy additional insurance through a third party, and you know, do it that way. And I think that's
It's crap.
yeah, it speaks very poorly of the manufacturers. Oh yeah, you have a 1-year warranty. Yeah, read the fine print. You really don't have a warranty.
Right.
You know, so it's all conditional. So, you know, you have to go register your product. It's going to be done within 10 days. But I mean, they got this whole litany down, and it's like, who the hell reads this stuff? It's like Vic, have you ever read your YouTube agreement for streaming?
Oh, I have. Every word.
Yes, of course.
No, but really, I have, because I was terrified. Because I didn't know if I needed special permission from Bethesda before I could post a video. I mean, so I went in and I went onto Bethesda's website. I went onto YouTube.
Yep.
And, you know, I look back and, sweet Lord, that was 15 months ago. And what an education I've gotten myself, because I didn't want to be, like, for instance, Nintendo. You cannot stream a Nintendo game and monetize it, because Nintendo is going to monetize that video.
Well, the other thing is, Nintendo doesn't seem to understand what fair use means. Like, say for instance, Vic, you made a critique video on one of Nintendo's games. That would fall under fair use,
Right?
but they don't know what fair use means. I'm almost positive they don't understand what fair use is, because they will flag that as copyright, despite the fact that it falls under fair use.
Right. Absolutely. I mean, and the fact of the matter is if I'm playing their game with commentary, if I'm speaking during the video, then I am changing the original media, which also falls under fair use.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the reason why people are allowed to do let's plays and stuff like that, is because you have the commentary and stuff like that. Silent let's plays don't actually fall under the fair use clause of copyright.
Right.
Yeah, because you're
But
not adding anything to it. So
yeah, but say for instance what I do or what Vic does with his building and stuff like that, it falls under fair use because we have the commentary.
And frankly, I mean, Bethesda's a bad example because Bethesda is all about it. They're like, hey, go for it. But when I was looking at doing the Let's Play of Mass Effect Andromeda, I wanted to make sure, again, I'm dealing with a different developer. I want to make sure that, because I was going to use their early access, it got me in 5 days early, gave me 10 hours of game time. Can I publish that on YouTube without getting, a cease and desist from some attorney somewhere? Because it's happened. So I made sure that, as long as I am adding commentary, that they consider that fair use and everything is good.
oh, that's good to know.
Yeah, so
I just hear horror stories about, I mean, I get enough copyright hits as it is, just because I inadvertently left a radio on or someplace, and it's like copyright.
I have one video.
Jeez.
One video that I cannot monetize. Out of all of my videos, I have one that I cannot monetize. They didn't even file a strike against me. They just said, we won't file a strike against you as long as you don't monetize it. And I said, deal.
There you go.
But yeah, you won't see me put radios or jukeboxes in any of my builds.
Yeah, I don't either anymore because of that. But even if even if you're playing the game and there's a radio playing someplace, I mean, it's just ridiculous. So, I mean, I don't monetize my stuff, and
yeah, and
I
I
don't want the headaches.
video,
right?
And I've got one video which it's got a copyright claim on it. It's not a strike.
Yeah, right.
Hey, Han, how are you, Han?
Yeah, it's a copyright claim, I guess.
Yeah,
Right,
it's got a copyright claim, which I could dispute, and they probably will just drop it because it's too much hassle for them and costs too much money for them to actually take someone as small fry as myself court. But to be honest, I'm like, well, I don't monetize my videos. I don't do anything with my videos besides, just publish them and let people watch them and answer comments and,
Sure.
crap like that. So, yeah. So I haven't disputed the claim. But, I've had a couple of people turn around and say, oh, why is there ads on this one video? You don't have ads on any of the others. And I'm like, that's because it's been monetized by somebody else.
Right.
For a copyright infringement, So
yeah, it's the song that they were playing during the credits at the end of the Walking Dead playthrough.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
It's what they've actually claimed, and in my opinion, that's a fair claim. It's a copyrighted song. And I don't have the copyright license for it. So, I'm sat here going, well, yeah, I could dispute it and they'll probably drop it. But to be honest, I don't have any real drive to dispute it. And I don't have any real drive to, argue their monetization of the video. I mean, it's got like 12 views on it.
Right.
Well, I've had multiple claims. I had 2 on 2 different videos, and I fought both of them, and I won. It wasn't that they dropped it. It was I actually contacted YouTube, and I said, no, they aren't claiming this, and here's why. Because it was actually, they were trying to claim some of my music that I had put together from song loops, and it's actually called the Acid Loops. The program is called Acid, and it's all about these loop libraries. And every so when you hear like the funky the country funk, you know, when I'm doing like sped up versions or parts of my video, all that music, unless it's the classical music, is made by me.
Right.
I orchestrated those musical pieces using these loops. And so someone, for like a 4-second loop, they were saying, no, that's our song. And I said, no, I purchased those CDs not just for fair use. It says that if I'm using them in a compilation with other loops, that it is my original work. And like, I made copies of the back of the CDs and I emailed all that stuff to YouTube. 2 days later, they pulled down the dispute.
So yeah,
Wow.
quite often they don't actually, because they have, I think it's 14 days to basically give you a court order. If you dispute the claim, otherwise after those 14 days, they remove the claim, and they can't argue it again. Or they can't argue that part. They can put another claim on your video for another part of your video.
Sure.
So yeah, a lot of the time when you dispute a copyright claim, they'll just let it play out for the 14 days, and then, you know, it'll just automatically be dropped. But the thing about that is after those 14 days, how many people is actually watching that video?
I don't know.
If you are monetizing, your content, chances are the people that actually sit and watch you, and that they would have already seen that video within the first 2 weeks, you know, usually within the first couple of days.
Oh, no, absolutely. You know, it just amazed me that they wanted to file on a 4-second guitar riff.
Well, that's a good point. Yeah, you know, so.
I'm like,
Yeah,
really?
they claim all sorts of things. I had one which I did fight, which was 6 seconds. And there was literally nothing, no sound in the background. I think there was like, someone coughed or something. And that, you know, and I was like, really? Are you really trying to say that cough is specifically yours? You know, I did dispute that one.
Yeah, I would hope so.
Like, you know, I was just like, no, that's pathetic. It was like 6 seconds, and the only sound you heard was like a cough.
Nice.
You know, I was just like, nah, I'm sorry, but that's pathetic.
Well, we have certainly covered the gambit here today.
Yeah, I think so. I just think they do that crap so they can just, you know, stick commercials on your stuff, and because they don't think you're going to fight it, you know, so.
Yeah, but, you know, like I said, you know, if I'm not going to, so I'm not going to monetize the, you know, some of my Let's Plays and that, I'm nowhere near large enough of a channel to, you know, to actually have any monetization on my channels and that. But, yeah, you know, I don't have a problem with them claiming something legitimate, like the outro song, you know, the credit song in The Walking Dead. And I don't have a problem with them claiming that and putting ads on the video. But it's when they try to pull really crappy, you know, bullshit.
Right.
And they're just like,
a
you know,
4-second
like,
guitar riff.
Yeah, or a 6 seconds of silence and a cough.
Yeah, exactly.
It's like, to me, that's
It's a bit of a reach.
Just a bit.
A little bit.
Yeah. But this is what I'm saying. It's just that these guys just go nuts with the. And I will have to wonder. I mean, it's obviously it's YouTube's bots are doing this, right? I mean, it's.
Well, what it is there's been some claim at some point to most things out there. So what happens is when the same, because the bot is the only thing that can listen to it. You know, it's scanning the files, and it finds something similar, it throws up a flag. Then a human actually comes along, listens to it, looks at it, whatever, and says, "Okay, this is justified. This is not justified." I imagine it happens a lot where the human goes, "No, that's not right," and then lowers the flag and moves on. But yeah, primarily it's just an algorithm that's looking for something that's already been filed on, which is a pain in the ass.
Yeah. Won't get an argument out of me on that one. So, but what the heck, That's I mean, if somebody is truly infringing on someone else's materials, then yeah, I understand the necessity of the of checking this stuff. But I mean, I just think they're going overboard, I guess is my point.
Well, YouTube has many other issues that they need to be dealing with right now.
Yes, good point. Good point.
Yeah, that's one way to put it.
Yeah. But you can't be too vocal, because the next thing you know, you'll be losing your privileges, so.
Oh, yeah, but when have I ever let that stop me?
Yeah, well, you haven't seen me get overly upset about it, so. But they, they're, it's like any corporation, and they're, going to be vindictive, is my point.
Sure.
So does it behoove us just to aggravate them all that much sooner? So,
right.
Yeah, so that's all. That's all. It's just, yeah. So I don't know.
Well,
I would definitely like to see, YouTube, do some reevaluating on some of their nonsense, and try to get some of the stuff resolved, the issues.
That's good.
You like that?
Just go straight through the roof.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Hey, that worked out real good.
Now the question is how am I going to get the wire from there to there? And will it even reach?
Wire glitch.
Oh, I know what I can do. Get into my UFO. Because you can build in it.
You can build in the UFO.
Yep. Do you remember the arena that I built on the lake?
Yeah.
Yeah. Totally using the UFO. Yeah, I was just sitting there hovering above the water, just plopping down my little, panels and the barrels so that it looked like it was floating and all that stuff.
Nice.
I do remember Chris now. So now that he told me that,
I'm glad you remember him, because I've slept since then, and I'm crap with names to begin with.
I remember making him the hellhole. So that's what I actually remember.
Ah.
So it's one of the things that I do when I stream is to, build stuff for people. So.
Yeah, it's clipping through the roof.
But you can't get the thing to sit up there anyway. So.
Well, no, I tried using a smaller one. So we will do it this way.
Oh, you think so, huh?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
See, the problem
well,
with
so
using
you got that whiz bang, placed anywhere mod, so you can do, pretty much whatever you want.
Well, and I got the UFO so that I can actually float while I'm doing it.
Yeah, but I don't know. What do you mean, the UFO?
I'm literally in a UFO right now.
You are?
Yeah, oh yeah. See, but I'm still too. It may be too far. Yeah. Now, of course, I could just do this.
Oh, you could always wire glitch it. You can wire glitch from one side of a settlement to the other.
Oh, that worked. See, it's just barely clipping through. And look, it looks like it went right through it. No, I meant to run the wire right between those two boards and the hole that's up in the roof. Yeah, I probably won't end up doing that. I just figured since we were standing here talking and chatting and all that stuff, I'd take a look at these wires, and you can't even really see the wire. That's a shame. See, I'll probably end up just doing connectors, like up here, and then run it down. Do it like this. Oh, wait. There we go.
I'm going to take a quick break here, folks.
Yeah, I
And,
think I'm going to get off here, too.
Are you?
Yeah.
Okay.
I've got some catching up to do on some other. I got to get my laundry done and crap like that before I go back to work tomorrow.
Yeah, mine's been tumbling around in the dryer here for the last 2 hours. So.
Yeah. Yeah, mine's waiting to go into the dryer.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, I managed to get mine in a little earlier, so, but it's just been sitting there
I'm
now.
not looking forward to doing mine because I found that my cupboard where I store all of like my trousers and my jumpers and that I wear throughout the winter has got damp in it, and my clothes have all got damp.
Oh.
But not like really bad damp, just enough to make all the
Smell
clothes
funny.
and that smell bad.
Yep.
You know, I'm just like, oh, that sucks. Means I'm gonna have to find somewhere else to store them because I don't have enough wardrobe space to actually put them away in the wardrobes.
Sounds like you need a bigger wardrobe.
You can build a bigger place.
I don't need a bigger place, but a bigger wardrobe. What I want to do, which I can't afford because everything costs bloody money, is
It
actually
does.
have,
No.
you know,
You don't say.
but yeah, I want to actually have like a fitted wardrobe and that, but that costs way too much money for me to be able to afford it.
See, there's my UFO. And I pulled out my gun.
No, I'll be damned. As he zooms over the Commonwealth, terrorizing the neighborhoods.
Well, and this thing here, let's let me save this.
Can you actually fire your gun from your UFO?
Yes.
Wow. Fly-by shooting.
Let's go find us some raiders or something.
You think you're gonna be? Looks like your gun just pooped. Oh, there it goes. Yeah.
Oh, here we are. We're at Bedford Station. There's some. There we go.
You gonna fly up on the bad guys and.
I love the little bouncing of your gun. It just looks so silly.
I will say this is the first time that I've ever actually shot anything while using the UFO, though.
Yeah, it's kind of cool though. They can't jump up and get you, so
Right.
you're,
And this thing will go incredibly fast. See? Just killed the game.
Oh well.
Yep.
What can you do?
That's why I saved. So
That's the problem with mods. That's for sure.
Yep. And oh Oh, sweet Lord, don't ever open the your Pip-Boy when you're in the UFO. That is a surefire way of killing the game.
Well, they figure you're reading the instrumentation, you know. So.
No, I'm telling you every time. And every once in a while I'll forget. I'll be like, oh man, I need to go over here and get something. And so I'll open my Pip-Boy to go to the map, and I forget that I'm sitting in that stupid UFO because I was building, and I was like, crap. So it looks like I'm going to have to do the last 45 minutes over again.
Oh god, that would suck.
Yeah, oh yeah. All right, everyone.
All right, I'm gonna say goodnight.
Have a good night, everybody. I might as well
Bye-bye.
sign
Thank
off
you,
appropriately. Take care of yourselves
for
out there,
streaming,
wastelanders. And until next time, this is Draco Invictus saying this has been the greatest day in my life. See ya!
Toodles.
Bye.
Well, that's certainly a different end. Toodles!
My guy always ends her streams with toodles, and I always end my videos with bye. So you got all three then.
That's how I used to end my my radio broadcast. This has been the best day of my life. See ya. So.
Well, actually, I there's a bit more. So